Whole world been watching and waiting for our return.
Well, the wait is over. We're about to give people what they want and what they need, so you better get ready.
HD Graphic Design and Print, where they provide innovative and quality designs. They provide custom business cards, flyers, obituaries, event tickets, t-shirts, banners, and more. They are the one-stop shop for all your graphic designs and printing needs. Call today at 414-699-7729. That's 414-699-7729. Or visit them on the web at hdmediagrp.com. HD Graphic and Print. Let them make your next event a memorable one. It's HD Graphic Design and Print, where they provide...
Let's go.
It's the Soul of the City Gospel Radio Show inside this blessed Monday afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Brother Dennis Walton.
Good afternoon, Sister Soraya.
It is Monday, March 21st.
Mm-hmm.
2 minutes after the hour of 12 o'clock p.m. And it is 60-something degrees outside.
Yay, 60.
60-something degrees.
Yay,
They said about 70 degrees today here in Milwaukee, I believe.
It's supposed to be 70?
Yeah. Welcome to spring, y'all.
Yeah, spring.
We made it.
Spring, I think spring officially kicked in on yesterday.
It did.
It was like...
Yes.
But, it's crazy because everywhere else, like in the South, my people all the South, they weather's at 60, 70 every day. That's how they living down there. 75, 80.
Yeah.
In some places down south. We get 61 and we be like, it's on and popping.
Yeah, it's on and popping. And it's crazy. Yeah.
As soon as we catch a little bit, as soon as we get 58, 59, it's springtime right here.
We don't know how to act.
Yeah, because I think yesterday it was like, what, 57?
Yes.
Yeah, and everybody was barbecuing.
Just don't know how to act.
Soon as it turned 57, it's time to barbecue.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So welcome to another edition of the Soul of the City Gospel Radio Show. So if you have not done so by now, please do it now. Go to your phones and download that app today. HD Radio Online is one word. You all have been doing so well. I've been hearing a lot about people doing that by going to their phones, downloading the app. Thank you all so much for your prayers and support so far. Today was the first day of the Gospel Mania radio show.
Crazy.
Dennis.
Crazy gospel. Oh, I'm sorry.
And that you are acting. You scared me.
Yeah, let's talk about the gospel, the crazy Gospel Mania radio show.
Something is wrong with Dennis. Did you have your CMOS today?
Yeah, I sure did.
Yes, Dennis had his CMOS day. Reason being, Dennis bought me 2 gifts today.
Oh, yeah. 2 gifts.
And I'm going to show you all. And I do not eat these gifts.
Yeah, right.
I don't eat these.
Give this a ride.
All right. So I'm going to show you all what he bought me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You ready? He bought me these skins. Can y'all see these? And they're hot. I don't eat hot skins.
But she eats skins, though.
I don't.
Yes,
Not anymore. Okay?
You going through hot skins, girl.
Skins.
It was this Women's History Month.
He bought me skins.
Yeah.
And he bought me some
Goya beans.
Goya navy beans.
Yeah, you know.
Let me tell you something.
Beans is good for you.
I don't eat.
Good protein.
They are
Protein
good.
and pork skins.
I don't eat beans, Dennis. The only beans I eat are green beans, string beans. I don't eat beans. I don't.
I was just trying to be nice.
And you know, thank you. I appreciate it, but I just.
You ain't gonna eat the beans or the pork skins.
No. Sorry.
Mm.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. I try.
I'm sorry.
Don't say I ain't never give you nothing.
I would never say that. It was the thought that counts.
Yeah.
But it was a wrong thought. I appreciate you so much.
You know you're gonna be eating those skins. So you ain't fooling nobody.
Not cool.
No hot skins with your Diet Coke.
I don't drink Diet Coke either. I don't drink Diet Coke. I don't drink Diet Coke either. I don't drink dark sodas at all.
We eat pork skin, hot pork skins.
I don't have time for no heartburn. I'm just trying to tell you, I ain't got time for it.
Okay.
I don't want no problems.
Okay, but hold on, Sarai.
What's up?
We got to go back again. Talk about the Gospel Mania, the crazy. Crazy.
So,
Gospel Mania.
One of the shows that is sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield of Wisconsin and HD Higher Dimension Radio. The Gospel Mania show started today.
The Gospel Mania show. That's another show, y'all.
Yes, it's another show on HD Higher Dimension Radio. It's going to be on Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. You can kick your mornings off every morning, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. 2 hours. All right. Full of gospel music and commercials. All right. If you want to be a sponsor of the Gospel Mania radio show, you can phone us here for 414-435-1125 414-435-1125. We'd love to have you part of the Gospel Mania radio show family.
I'm proud of you.
All right.
That's what's up, Sister Soraya.
All right,
now you're gonna only have the soul of the city to tune into because HD Radio is moving forward. We're doing phenomenal things.
Yes.
You now can listen every day to the Gospel Mania, crazy Gospel Mania.
Yes.
Radio show.
That's right.
Yeah. So good job. Congratulations on your new show, Sister Soraya.
Thank you so very much. All right. So with that being said, don't forget to become our friend on Facebook, on Facebook.com, and type in HD Higher Dimension Radio, Instagram, Twitter. LinkedIn, and TikTok. We are still on social media. Please become our friend there. If you want us to advertise with us, you can email us at hdradio21@gmail.com. Want to become a guest on the Soul of the City Gospel Radio Show? You can email us as well at hdradio21@gmail.com. We'd love to have you a part of the show. Please, if you have a topic you want to talk to us about, or if you have an event, we love to hear about it. All right. You can call us or you can email us. You can call us at 414. You can, in fact, if you want to call us now, we're on live. We're on the radio live right now at 414-435-1040. If you want to call us right now, 414-435-1040. If you want to chime in right now, 414-435-1040, or you can email us at hdradio21@gmail.com. That's hdradio21@gmail.com. All right. You just going to say something, Dennis Walton?
No, I'm saying let's get into the news.
Okay.
What you got over here?
Oh, and we have a lot of news. All right, so really quick, police are investigating an incident that required the response of tactical teams and negotiators early yesterday morning. It happened around 35th and State around 3 a.m. According to police, the suspect entered the victim's residence, refused to come out and threatened to shoot at officers. They're getting bold, Dennis.
What was that?
On 35th and State.
They started shooting at the police?
They wanted to. Yeah. They threatened to shoot at officers.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All over. Please, read that again in case somebody missed it. What happened? Police
are investigating an incident that required the response of tactical teams and negotiators yesterday morning. It happened around 35th and State around 3 a.m. And according to police, the suspect entered the victim's residence. They refused to come out and threatened to shoot at officers. A tactical set was established, which warranted the response of the Tactical Enforcement Unit and crisis negotiators. At approximately 8:20 a.m., the suspect surrendered and was taken into custody without further incident. A 29-year-old Milwaukee man was arrested. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, it's been a lot going on.
They entered into the house and he was like, hey, I'm going to start shooting at y'all. And then they didn't just rush in and kill him. They negotiated it.
Yeah.
And it possibly prevented someone from being harmed.
Yes.
All right.
5 hours later, he surrendered.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, at least he surrendered.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't turn it into a horrible situation like some of these other horrible situations that I'm looking at in the news today.
Here's another one. Milwaukee police are investigating 2 separate shootings that left 2 women injured, one fatally early this morning. The first shooting happened around 2:30 a.m. near 32nd and Oriole on the city's far north side. The victim's 19-year-old Milwaukee woman sustained fatal gunshot injuries. The circumstances leading up to the shooting are under investigation. Now, the second shooting happened near Atkinson and Glendale around 4 a.m. During an argument, the suspect fired several shots, striking the victim. The victim, a 27-year-old Milwaukee woman, sustained non-fatal injuries and was taken to a hospital for treatment. Milwaukee police continue to seek unknown suspects in both cases.
Yeah, that's what happened when it turned 58 degrees.
Now it's supposed to be 70. I can imagine.
Oh my God.
And did you hear about the quadruple shooting?
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
On 28th and Melvina. At this house party. I didn't think house parties still existed. I thought.
Oh, yeah, you really square.
Yeah.
They house partying everywhere.
Yeah, like, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's a lot of that going on.
What happened with that?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the story now. That happened around 4:30 on, I believe, Saturday morning. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to pull that up right quick.
I have it right here.
Okay, if you can read it, Dennis.
Yeah, it says Milwaukee police investigate 4 people shot overnight at a party on 28th and Melvina.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Milwaukee police say they're investigating a quadruple shooting. According to a report, one or possibly multiple suspects fired several gunshots during an argument that took place during an after-set party on 28th and Melvina. Okay, right off the Capitol.
Yes.
Right before you get to Capitol. A 24-year-old Milwaukee man sustained life-threatening injuries and is in critical condition. The additional victims are a 28-year-old Milwaukee woman, a 28-year-old Milwaukee man, and a 23-year-old Milwaukee man who all sustained non-fatal injuries. All the victims arrived at local hospitals for treatment. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Milwaukee Police Department.
Yeah.
Man, but you know what? I don't know. It's different. When I was young, one thing we knew, there's certain things that you just know that you don't do, right?
Yeah.
And we knew that you don't go to house parties and you don't go to after parties.
Yeah.
After sex. You know, if you do, you get in and you get out. Because anytime you go to a house party or after set, which is after hours, pretty much after sets be after hours, right? So 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, up until like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Daybreak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, after sets open up typically around 12 o'clock and close at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Right.
5 a.m. in the morning. But it's just always the most dangerous environment in most situations.
And something is bound to happen.
Yeah, something is bound. In most situations. Now, you get a few after sets and house parties that you can attend that's okay. But for the most part, something always happens in the after set. Somebody always get killed or somebody always get killed in the house party.
Yeah.
Always.
Or hurt.
So, or hurt in some kind of way.
Yeah.
But it's just, they never turn out. It's just the chance of something happening is greater than the chance of something not happening.
That's right.
So if you got to just go into the place and carry your gun and all of that, you probably should reconsider
not going
there. You know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely. Here's another one. A crash near 77th in Lisbon left 4 people injured last night. Milwaukee fire officials say they were called out around 6:30 and had to, Dennis, pull one person, I should say, from the vehicle. It was terrible.
Where was this at again?
77th in Lisbon. Extricate one person from the vehicle.
77th in Lisbon?
You know how 77th in Lisbon. 77th in Lisbon.
It's right by the cemetery.
Yes, you know how center. Ooh.
Lisbon. Because we're talking about Lisbon now.
Yes.
I think the cemetery.
Centuries. It's like centuries.
Yeah, it's by the cemetery.
Yes. Yes, by the cemetery, yes.
Yeah.
You know how the intersection is.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure
it took me a minute to picture Lisbon. I'm sorry. But anyway,
okay.
So Milwaukee police say the crash happened after the gunfire was exchanged between people in 2 vehicles. Oh. Those 2 vehicles then collided with each other.
They was.
Yeah.
See what happened when it turned 57 degrees?
Yeah.
All of that happened.
All of that happened yesterday.
All of that happened.
Yeah.
So you said that
in broad daylight.
So they was driving up Lisbon,
77th and Lisbon,
and started shooting at each other.
And then the 2 vehicles then collided with each other.
And then they crashed into each other. Yeah. And then what happened?
And then of course they were taken to the hospital.
And then taken to jail.
Oh, I'm sure they going to jail. Of course, going to jail.
Dude,
7 people were arrested. 7 people were arrested.
So they like bow, 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 bow.
So imagine you and Mama Dorothy driving down.
No, I ain't
No. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I get it.
Imagine, okay. Yeah. Bullets are flying everywhere.
Yeah, in the broad daylight.
In broad daylight.
Oh, that's not far from my mama's house.
I'm just saying.
We drive that street all.
But I'm just saying, innocent people.
But to your point, how often do we travel up this?
Right, but I'm just trying to make a point. Innocent people, innocent lives could have been taken.
Which I'm agreeing with your point.
Right.
Because like I said, how often do we travel? I mean, we often use that strip. We drive up Lisbon every other day. So you're right. It can happen. Anybody could have been a victim of that circumstance.
My God.
Broad daylight. I mean, that Lisbon is a busy street. Very busy street. A lot of people take Lisbon. Wow. So they driving up Lisbon and just start shooting at each other in broad daylight. Now, what excuse we gonna make for that?
And then they crash into each other.
Now, what excuse do you make for that behavior? You know, where's the outrage for that behavior? But if the police would have saw them shooting, driving up the street, shooting at people, shooting at each other like that, and the police would have gunned them down and shot them, we'll be mad at the police.
Mad at the police.
We'll be ready to burn the police station down.
Rioting.
But we still ain't sitting here. We still got these heathens in the street that are just raining havoc on the whole society. And we just continuing to carry on like that's normal behavior. But when something happened to them, when one of them get their head split wide open, or when one of them get gunned down in the street, again, by law enforcement, we want to run and, protest and advocate.
Okay.
But if that would have been, again, like you said, somebody's mother or somebody's grandmother or something, we would have just, put her picture up on a Paul teddy bear. So,
yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, one thing it is, I'm just tired of all of these,
sad.
I'm tired of all of these violent people, and just for violence. When there's, it's zero, it should be zero tolerance for, they're that mad and that angry and that in a rage in our community that you just jeopardize the whole society by driving up the street and shooting at another person. Come on. Yeah. Where's the...
Absolutely.
There's no way that should be considered a normal behavior or an acceptable behavior,
An 18-year-old woman and 6 males ranging in age 15 to 20. That were arrested.
18-year-old woman?
And 6 males ranging in age 15 to 20 were arrested.
And again, all these are children. All these are children. Where their mother, where their father at? And then it's like they just keep producing all these misfit children and this is what you get. They just going unchecked, running wild throughout the society. And again, it's only a matter of moments or a matter of days away before it is some innocent person. Wow. Unfortunately, that can be hurt and harmed from this mess.
And it says here 4 were injured.
4 people outside of them?
4 people outside of them, but 7 people were arrested, yes.
Yeah, but there were 4 people who were innocent bystanders that were hurt by this situation.
Absolutely. It could have been worse.
It could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse, yeah.
But if it just turned 57 degrees.
Yeah, wait till it turned 75 degrees.
And all this happened on Sunday.
Yesterday.
The day of rest. Sunday is the day of rest. That's the day of rest.
That's no excuse. That's no excuse, Dennis.
No, I'm saying we're supposed to be resting on Sunday. This is the 7th day you rest.
There's no excuse. In that case,
violating every rule.
No, there's no excuse.
You're supposed to be coming home from church and getting ready for the week. They out here shooting. You might go to the grocery store, get your greens, get your dinner ready on Sunday.
No, you should be done eating by now.
What time was that?
Oh, 6:30.
Yeah, about 6. Yeah, you should be getting ready for your work week.
Right.
But you driving up the street shooting at people. Man, okay. So here's an interesting story, right? They say the body of a woman found in Lake Michigan. Is that crazy?
Yes, it is.
The body of a woman found in Lake Michigan on Thursday has been identified as a missing transgender rights advocate, Elise Mallory. So the fire department recovered a woman's body from the Lake Michigan shoreline and transported her to the Cook County Medical Examiner's office, according to a statement from the Evanston Police and Fire Departments.
Okay.
The body was positively identified as 31-year-old Mallory on Saturday. Mallory was reported missing by a family member on March 11th, according to police. She last had contact with her family 2 days prior. The woman was last seen near an apartment in Evanston, and her car was found by police in a nearby parking lot on Tuesday. Oh, wow. While authorities discovered Mallory's apartment had been left unlocked, police said they found nothing at her home or her car to indicate foul play. No cause of death has been released yet. Mallory was a recognized LGBTQ rights advocate around the Chicago area. She was a community outreach specialist at the Chicago Therapy Collective, a group dedicated to supporting mental health in the transgender community, according to her LinkedIn. Mallory also spent time as a communications associate for Equality Illinois and interning for the AIDS Foundation of Chicago. She did a lot of stuff for the most part. And again, they say Mallory's cause and manner of death are pending. According to WLS, the Evanston Police Department, the investigation is ongoing. Yeah, sounds like some foul play to me. I just thought it was interesting. They did, when they said Lake Michigan, I thought it might have been around here, but I guess it's Illinois. But it sounds like it just abducted her.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's what happened. Was he? I'd be confused with the whole transgender stuff.
Nope. Okay.
But was she a he? And
that's okay.
Was this person the transgender person? Was this person transgender, or was she a natural woman who was advocating for transgenders? That's more what I'm looking at. I mean, because you can't tell nowadays when you look at the pictures, you don't know if if it's a man with makeup on or if it's an actual woman.
Yeah.
But a man with makeup on is considered a woman today.
Just don't know.
Yeah, confusing. But prayer goes out to Mallory, Elise Mallory family.
Definitely.
I hate to hear about anybody being abducted and thrown in the lake.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no matter whether you transgender, straight.
Right.
No one wants that.
All right, 26 minutes after the hour of 12 o'clock p.m. All right, Crime Stoppers announced just today that it is they're offering a $1,000 reward for information regarding the homicide of 14-year-old Eugene Henderson in Racine. Racine police say the shooting that happened Sunday, March 13th. According to police, officers responded to the area of 20th and Met Street in reference to a shots fired complaint. Now, then, a short time later, officers responded to the area of 19th Street and Racine in reference to a male being shot in the head. The male was a passenger in a stolen vehicle when he was shot.
He was a passenger in a stolen vehicle
when he was shot.
14-year-old?
This is yes, he was 14.
Okay.
Yes, he was 14. Information was gathered that the occupants of the stolen vehicle were involved in an altercation with the occupants from another vehicle.
Okay, so hold on. Let's go back to the top of this story.
Okay.
This is a lot to unpack.
Yes, it is.
Okay, go back.
Crime Stoppers, they're offering a $1,000 reward for the information regarding the homicide of the 14-year-old young man, Eugene Henderson, in Racine. He was shot on March 13th. Did you hear about that?
No.
You didn't hear about that?
No, I did not.
Okay, it was a shooting on March 13th in Racine. Okay, and he was shot and found in a stolen vehicle.
He was in a stolen vehicle.
He was a male.
He was dead in a stolen vehicle.
He was in the stolen vehicle.
And he was dead.
And he got shot in the head in the stolen vehicle. That is correct. Okay. Information was gathered. Reading verbatim. Information was gathered that the occupants of the stolen vehicle were involved in an altercation with the occupants from another vehicle, and shots were fired near 18th and Center. Okay? Henderson was taken to Ascension Medical Center and then taken by Flight for Life to Milwaukee. Police reported a couple of days later that Henderson died from his injuries. So now they're offering a $1,000 reward.
So, okay, now let me ask this.
Okay.
So he was from Racine, but he was in Milwaukee?
That's what it says.
Oh, okay. Because when it said Racine, I thought this was a Racine.
No.
It says in Racine now.
I know they said that he's from Racine.
Okay.
Okay.
$1,000 reward offered for information on homicide of 14-year-old boy
In Racine. Right.
But he got killed in Milwaukee.
Right. To the area of 20th Street. Okay.
Center. 18th and Center.
Mm-hmm.
Right down the street.
Right down the street.
Okay. And then he ended up going to Ascension.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Milwaukee.
That's Milwaukee.
Okay. So again, Racine is reporting this because he's from Racine.
He's from Racine. That's correct.
So let's unpack this again. And this kid looks familiar. He was, this is definitely down the street. But this kid was from Racine in a stolen car and got into a shootout with probably the people whose car it was, I'm assuming. And I'm just making an assumption. And he ends up getting shot in the head and left in the car. Well, not left in the car. And then once he got shot in the head, they took him to Ascension and he died. So again, he was from Racine in a stolen car with some other people. They got into a shootout. He got shot in the head. And he ended up dead at the hospital at Ascension.
Yes.
On Burlock. And Ascension on Burlock?
Yes. St. Joseph. Mm-hmm.
Right, St. Joseph.
St. Joseph, right. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, a lot of this, your behavior is going to determine a lot of what happens to you in life.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are, these kids are out here, they're living a life where you're probably going to die or something bad is going to happen to you. Nothing good is going to happen with the way that they're living. So you can't even be surprised when you listen to the circumstances. But again, here we are, another situation where they're shooting at each other. This kid shot in the head, now he's dead.
Yeah.
Where are the parents at?
Good question. Great question.
Why is he 14, from Racine and in Milwaukee getting shot in the head in a stolen car?
Yeah.
That's probably a bigger question to ask. Like, if you go to his house and you find his mother and father, what are they doing? Let's just see, if you just follow home and just say, what is his parents doing at home right now? If you just monitor the life of his parents, what kind of life are they living?
Right, and which goes back to, you have parents that are being their child's friend.
I mean, a friend is somebody who cares about you. A friend is someone who looks out for you. A friend is someone who I get what you're saying. A friend is someone who takes care of you. They're not even being their child's friend.
But
because their children ended up shot in the head.
But I'm saying giving them the ability to do what they want to do.
You a bad friend.
Yeah. I get it.
That's not a good friendship.
I get it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you're being a friend to your child and your child children keep ended up dead, you're not being a good parent or a good friend, however you want to identify it. It's just unfortunate. And what's unfortunate is the fact that there's going to be a significant increase in this behavior.
Definitely. Yeah.
Of course, I pray for that not to happen. But we want to be practical about what we're seeing and how crime is just trending upward. Which goes back to something that I stated in one of our previous shows. We have a bunch of docile Black leadership in our community right now. Docile and dormant Black leadership. You don't hear anyone outraged about the loss of life of Black men or young Black men in our community, right? But you hear all this about women's rights and transgender rights and all of this, everybody, Mexican rights, Hispanic rights, everybody, Asian rights, everybody rights. Afghanistan, people being brought here and given money, illegal immigrants, they want to give them all these subsidies, all of this. Every other race is being protected. Every other group is being protected. But, like I said, the whole empower the woman movement, which I'm tired of, just all this stuff all across the board is promoting everybody. But at the bottom of the barrel is the loss of the life of black men being totally eradicated in an act of genocide. It's a genocide that's going on when it comes to black men. There's a purging of black men in our community. The society is designed specifically to destroy a black man, and no one's outraged about it, not even black men.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I say when I hear about everybody advocating for all these different rights and what, and fighting for the advancement of this person or that person, I don't want to hear it. Because as a black man, the odds of me making it home,
chances are slim to none, huh?
are the odds of me making it home are not as great as the next person making it home.
Right.
So when you want to take a woman and turn her into a man and then give her more rights than me as a man, I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Or when you want to take a man and turn him into a woman, and then that man who's considered a woman now has more rights than me as a black man who don't even know if I'm gonna make it home. Look,
it's something to think about.
It's something, for me, I'm not hearing it. I'm not feeling it. Because my group, since everybody is associating themselves with genders and groups and races and all of this, the group of black men that exists in our society, who's fighting for us? Who's fighting for the older black man who got all the health problems?
Yeah. Who's
fighting for the younger black man who's on his way to prison? Who's fighting for the middle-aged black man who's in between and trying to figure his way out? Who's fighting for the black father out here? Who?
Right.
Nobody. Everybody just going along and doing everything they can to watch us perish. There's no support systems. There's no uplifting. There's nothing that's going on, but you just see a black man dying at the hands of another black man or some aspect of what's going on in society every single day.
Just quality of life overall.
Yeah. You see that happening every single day, and they just walk over our body like it's nothing.
Right.
And then keep on talking about transgender rights or immigrants for, rights for Hispanics and for illegal immigrants. I don't want to hear none of that until you start really recognizing that the life of black men, that black men are an endangered species, and that we got to protect the life of black men at all costs. Miss me with any other human rights conversation that you have.
Okay, Dennis. Well, we'll see you at the polls.
I'm sorry.
See you at the polls.
No, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, I get it.
Like now, every elected leader that you see, every politician, everybody in these organizations, no one is outraged about the loss of life of black men.
Right. Okay.
Everybody's smiling and cheesing.
Right.
It's not cool. It's not cool at all.
All right, 37 minutes after the hour of 12 o'clock. And speaking of men, your boy, Jussie Smollett, is released. Smell it.
Jussie
Smollett. What's the man name?
Smollett. You said it.
Smollett. Anyways, he's released from jail.
Juicy then broke loose again.
You done jacked up
Juicy a bad man.
Dennis.
You gotta admire Juicy, because that man ain't going.
He just won't let it
go back to the end.
He gonna. I'm telling you.
He ain't telling himself.
He lying
all the way in. All the way to the end.
I'm telling you, he gonna hold it down.
Dude, Juicy is not playing. Justice for Juicy.
I'm telling you.
Juicy is not playing.
So he has been
broke out of jail again.
Yes, he's been released from jail. So what's gonna happen after this? So he's not serving time. Is that correct?
No. What's happening is that, again, the man got some money.
Yeah, he got some money.
You can't have this. You can't have a case like this that goes on this long.
Okay.
And you lie all this time, and you ain't spending a lot of money.
Right. So he got some money. He got some good attorneys behind him.
He got some great attorneys.
Okay. So what is supposed to take place after this?
So let's break this down.
Is he not going to serve time? Is he?
No, that's not the situation.
Okay.
Right. I mean, but the lawyers are pulling out everything they can.
Okay.
to prevent this man from doing this little bit of time.
Right, like he doing 6 years.
Right, that's what I'm like. Dude, it's only 6 months,
Right.
5 months,
Right,
bro.
right.
Like that's how you know, dude ain't from the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah.
he taking this case way too far.
And
I
then-
would have did that. I would have went to sleep for 5 months.
And then he gonna say,
And been back on the street.
"They said attorney said he hasn't eaten in 6 days."
You stupid. I guess so though, because he had like, I can't eat this. I can't eat this.
Dennis,
This is so disgusting.
that's not nice.
He
man.
probably up in there like, oh,
That's not
it's
nice.
so clean up here. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. I could just, my Juicy, my name Juicy.
Come get these Goya beans and
I'm
eat.
Juicy Smollett.
Come get these beans
I
and
can't
eat.
eat this. My name Juicy. I can see him in Cook County right now, scared to the world, like, oh, and then the food that they give you so horrible.
He can't take it. He can't take it.
I'm talking about the food in jail is so horrible.
He can't take it.
Dude, they never, he been living the high gay life and all of that, the high society.
Dennis.
He have. He been living the high society gay life.
Oh God.
That's a fact.
All
Like
right.
he said, he promoting, his whole thing. I'm gay. I'm biracial.
Yeah.
All of this stuff.
All right.
And now you in Cook County jail. You was a superstar making $2 million, making millions and millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put you in Cook County jail.
Cook County jail.
I don't think you understand how serious that is.
Yeah.
So dude probably didn't eat for 6 days, but that's you, bro. You in jail.
Yeah.
You better look. It ain't good. But let's go back to the story, right?
All right. Uh-huh.
So this is what's happening with Jussie. All right. Jussie has appealed the decision of the judge. So when you're convicted of any crime, you have the right to appeal that decision.
Mm-hmm.
The appeal is going to take a certain amount of time, right?
Right.
Because any verdict that's given, as far as your situation, if it's a guilty verdict, you always have the right to appeal. You get like 3 appeals, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So what happened is when he was found guilty, his lawyers immediately appealed the decision.
That was the first appeal.
This is the first appeal.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So during the appellate process, there's going to be a certain amount of days before the appeal can be upheld, or they can say, well, in the appeal, they're going to say, we're going to give you a new trial, or we're not going to give you a new trial. They're going to say the verdict was a just verdict, or the verdict was an unjust verdict. So he's trying to appeal this process to get a new trial. Now, in the appeals process, a judge is going to have to decide, was he treated fairly in his first trial? And if the judge decides he was treated fairly in his first trial, then they're going to say, well, the appeal denied, we're not going to give you a new trial. This is going to be your sentence, right?
Okay.
Or the judge can say, you was treated unfairly, we're going to give you a new trial. And then they got to go through the whole thing all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the judge decides that the first verdict was just, then he's just going to go to jail. But this just prolongs him going to jail.
Yeah, that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah. So I just think
Right.
that I think that he may get a new with the way he has money,
Okay.
he may get an appeal. But so this is why he's out of jail, though. Let's talk about why he's out of jail.
And I was going to ask that. So what would the lesser charge be?
There ain't no lesser charge right now.
Right. So what would he get then? Like, would he go back?
All of that would have to be decided if he goes through another trial.
Right. So.
But what's happening now is that they're arguing
Okay.
that the appeal is going to take 6 months or a year or so.
He could have been unserved that time
And
by
that's
then.
what they're saying.
Yeah.
They're saying that it's unfair for him to be able to
Yeah.
appeal the process
Uh-huh.
and still be sentenced to the 5 months that he has to do when he has an appeal pending. And if he does the 5 months, then he might as well not even go through with the appeal because he'll already been and done the time. So the judge decided that the judge decided that because he has an appeal process going on right now, it's not fair for him to serve time during the process of them appealing this previous trial.
Okay.
So did that make sense?
No.
So they said, listen.
Okay, go.
Listen, this is what they said.
Okay.
Jussie Smollett is appealing his conviction.
Jussie Smollett is scared to sit in Cook County jail. He's scared.
Jussie Smollett is appealing his decision on being convicted. So that means that there has to be another hearing that comes up. His lawyers argued that he should not have to do time while he's going through the appeal process because it's unfair. So if he does 5 months and then the appeal comes up, it defeats the purpose of him appealing because he'll be already did the time.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's all these little technicalities.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of technicalities that his lawyers are using to keep him out of jail. But I just feel like jail is inevitable for him. Like no matter what, even if he appeals the situation, he's still gonna get found guilty. In my opinion, I mean anything can happen, so I'm not mad at the brother.
At the end of the day,
I'm not really mad at the brother for fighting.
Yeah.
To the extent that he is.
Okay. I'm not.
Hey, if you got it like that, keep on going. So he's free again. He didn't escape the jaws of justice.
Okay.
Jussie didn't escape the jaws of justice once again. That's how the story should read. Jussie has escaped the laws of justice once again. So again, he fighting to all the way to the end. There's gonna be another trial within several months. So dude gonna be back in the news again.
This man gonna write
probably gonna get found guilty.
He gonna write a book.
He probably gonna get found guilty if he again.
This man
he's still gonna end up going to jail.
Well, he could have just served the 5 months.
I don't see him. It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
He
got enough money that it's possible that he can. Yeah. Who knows what'll happen?
Yeah.
But I don't see him not going to jail, no matter what happens.
Okay.
And if he gets a new trial, maybe they won't get. But I would have been throw the towel in on this.
Just.
Give me my 5 months.
I lied. I did it. Just let me just get it out the way and be done with it. Just.
He. Buddy ain't got no good publicists, no good advisors. He could have. I'm gonna say this and we be done with
okay.
Jussie could have been easily.
Dennis, what's his name?
Jussie.
Not his name.
Smoothie.
Not his name.
Look, Jussie could have been automatically.
Okay.
He could have been done with it.
He could have been done with it. That's what I said.
He could have revived his career from this.
Absolutely.
Only thing he had to do was say, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, and I'll serve the 5 months and be done with and pay
a passionate speech about how he was confused.
And pay the fine and be done with it.
And how he felt insecure and he felt like he was being picked on because he was gay and because he was biracial.
Yeah.
And he felt insecure, so he felt like he needed to do more to prove himself.
Yeah.
And in this world where they're putting so many people under pressure, he fell victim to that pressure. And I apologize. And I was having a mental health breakdown and I was really stressed because I was, doing Empire and the world was, just so big to me.
And I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. That's it.
He could have came up with he could have just
no.
that role.
No, he could have just been truthful and honest.
No, dude could have just said he wasn't truthful and honest from the beginning.
I understand that, but now's the
it.
time to be truthful and honest. Ain't no more time to be lying. You already. This is what got you in trouble already.
Again, only thing he had to do was say, "I'm sorry."
That's it.
And his whole career would have been revived. People would have felt sorry for him. They would have gave him some more acting jobs.
Yeah.
Dude is just nobody ain't dealing with him.
Yeah.
He just not like I said. His team. I'm gonna leave it alone.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Justice for Jussie. Jussie escapes the jaws of justice again.
Well, he's out right now.
That's the moral of the story.
He's out right now.
We're gonna keep y'all in tune. We're gonna stay in tune to this story.
Yes.
We're gonna be bringing you updates from the juicy
for justice.
The Juicy for Justice movement right now. But he's on the loose. He's on the loose.
He's not on the loose. You're giving him too much credit. Giving this man too much credit right now.
Loose. The juice is loose.
You're giving him too much credit right now, Dennis.
The juice is loose. Okay, I'm done.
But Dennis.
That's enough. The juice is loose.
Talking about he ain't 8 and 6 days. Get up out of here with that. I ain't 8 and 6 days.
Dude probably went there like,
come on.
Get me out of here. I ain't eating that.
Oh,
the juice is loose, y'all. That's it. Justice for Juicy. Juice is loose. All right, next story.
All right. So this Kansas man, it's this Kansas man who served 23 years in prison for a double murder he did not commit is seeking $93 million in damages from the county where he was convicted, and a former detective, he says, framed him.
What happened?
This a Kansas man who served 23 years in prison for a double murder, Dennis, he did not commit, is seeking $93 million in damages from the county where he was convicted.
How long was he in jail?
23 years.
He won $93 million? $93
million.
And he was convicted of a double murder?
Double murder that he did not commit.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
About right?
I want about $93 million.
Man.
I hope he get everything too.
Every dime.
Was he black?
Yes. Lamonte McIntyre. Here he is.
20 years.
He said, I didn't do it.
My brother did 20 years for something he didn't do.
Yeah. Lamonte McIntyre, 45, and his mother, it says here, alleged in a lawsuit filed in 2018 that the unified government of Wyandotte County and Kansas City, Kansas, is responsible for the actions of former Kansas City, Kansas police detective Roger Grabowski and other officers involved in his prosecution. A federal judge on Thursday set a November 7 trial for the civil case. The unified government wants to have the trial moved to Wichita because of the extensive publicity in the Kansas City.
Publicity?
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
In the Kansas City area. McIntyre's mom is also seeking $30 million. She and her son alleged that they coerced her into sex and then framed McIntyre for a double homicide in 1994 because she rejected the detective's later sexual advances.
Huh?
Yes.
Hold on, back up. You just took a whole different twist in the story.
Yeah, it is a whole different twist in the story.
What?
McIntyre's...
Hold on. What?
McIntyre's mom, the son, the man I just told you about, McIntyre's mom is also seeking $30 million. She and her son alleged that Grabowski, the officer, coerced her into sex and then framed McIntyre for a double homicide in 1994 because she rejected the detective's later sexual advances.
Oh, wow, that's a mess.
That is a mess.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang. So the detective was having sex with the mother. When she say the detective coerced her.
Yeah.
That means that she had consenting sex with the detective.
With the detective.
They didn't say he forced her.
Right.
She said basically he talked me out. He talked to me real sweet and smooth.
Right.
And we had sex.
Sweet nut, right. And then framed the son for a double homicide.
But okay, let's unpack that. So, okay, she decided to have sex with a detective. And then she didn't want to have sex with the detective anymore. And then when she decided not to have sex with the detective, he framed her son for a double None of that makes sense.
And then that's when he ended up spending 20.
She want 30 million.
Right.
None of that makes sense.
So she's trying to get some money too.
There's more to this story. Let's just. I think it's safe to say there's more to this story.
It is a whole lot more to the story.
So
check the story out on our Facebook page. It's a whole lot more to the story.
More to the story.
But we don't have time to read it. So
no.
But yes, but he's seeking $93 million.
Oh, my life was confused.
Oh yes. It's a whole lot more to the story. So we're going to take a quick break, y'all. It's 54 minutes after the hour of 12 o'clock p.m. We're going to be right back, y'all, right after this. All right? Keep it here.
Right back, right after this.
So let the city keep it here.
Graphic Design and Print, where they provide innovative and quality designs. They provide custom business cards, flyers, obituaries, event tickets, t-shirts, banners, and more. They are the one-stop shop for all your graphic designs and printing needs. Call today at 414-699-7729. That's 414-699-7729. Or visit them on the web at hdmediagrp.com. HD Graphic and Print. Let them make your next event a memorable one. It's HD Graphic Design and Print, where they provide...
Welcome back to HD Higher Dimension Radio. You're listening to Speak to Me with Corinne Hawthorne on HD Higher Dimension Radio. If you have not done so by now, to our listeners out there and to the world, please download our HD app. All right, HD Radio Online app on your mobile device. Please do that as soon as you can. I'm telling you, you are going to enjoy it. It is free. HD Radio Online. All right. Please do that today as soon as you can. All right. Please don't forget to become our Facebook friend, facebook.com. Facebook.com. Go to our Facebook page, also our Instagram page as well. All right. If you're just now tuning in, thank you all so much for tuning in with us, rocking and rolling with us since 12 o'clock p.m. Today, we're here to 3 p.m., giving you nothing but the best in good gospel music, some news, and having some good old fun here on the Soul of the City Gospel Radio Show. I am having some fun. What about you, Dennis Walton?
I'm crazy, going crazy.
Yes, you are.
Because we got a new show. That's our gift for today, Goya. Goya Navy beans.
Dennis bought me some beans. I don't know the beginning of what to do with these.
Goya, see, they Navy beans. Put them in the pot and some water.
He bought me some beans, y'all.
You cook them, you slow cook them. Beans are good for you. It's good protein.
They are.
Yeah.
I
was just concerned about your protein intake because you be having unhealthy protein intake.
No, I don't.
And then I wanted to balance it out with some hot pork skins.
Now you're gonna give me high blood pressure. Tums. I'm gonna need Tums after this.
Yes, you got
Tums pork skins.
I thought it was the perfect gift for you today.
No, this is not what I. I want to throw these at you.
You know you want to take a bite out of them.
No, I don't.
Open them up. And take a bite. Look, take you a bite. Eat you one. Look. I knew you wanted to crack that bag up.
Oh, it's not hot.
It's not hot.
But they were hot.
I would eat the whole bag now.
I'm sorry. I lied. I thought they were hot.
No, it's got a little hot flavor on it.
I lied. I thought they were real hot.
Nah. See, look, you like,
And they are all right.
You got to eat another one. Go ahead.
Okay.
Told you, see, I bring good gifts. Yeah. How your pork skins?
They straight.
They straight. Ooh. That's it. I ain't never buy you nothing.
It ain't not hot at all. I ain't had no skins in years.
I bought you some skins.
I don't buy skins.
Right. You got you some. Now you remember how flavorful they were.
But my brothers and them, they used to buy skins all the time. But I don't buy skins at all.
Yeah.
At all. So I thank you for that.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank
One more.
you.
Now show you gifts. Show the world. Show the world.
All right. Ooh, see, I don't eat.
Ooh.
I actually backed off on eating a lot of hot foods.
Yeah.
So I've been doing very good.
Uh-huh.
So this is a treat for me.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I know how to.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Oh my God. Look, I know how to make you happy.
My mouth is actually burning. So excuse me if I start getting teary-eyed.
Oh, Jesus.
Excuse me.
Ooh.
Because now my nose. I think I done ate too many. Excuse me for a minute.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah, all right, we back.
Ooh.
Ooh, we had to take a poor skin break.
Yeah. That was hot.
Here's to you. I'm gonna drink some of my wine.
Don't start. That is not wine. That's ginger ale. Don't start.
Drink some of my.
That's ginger ale. Yeah, right. See, that's deception things. Okay, at first, then right. Don't start.
All right.
Do not start.
You better over there?
Yes.
You ain't had no hot skins in 30 days.
Oh.
That's right. It's killing me.
Fire.
Fire.
All right. Oh, speaking of fire,
Mm-hmm.
there was a fire the other day.
Wasn't that like the Red Cross or something?
No, it was a house. It was a home.
They said 1,000 people or something was displaced.
Well, no, they said the nonprofit has served more than 1,000 people.
Oh, okay.
That were displaced by fires,
okay,
including one that happened on last Friday.
Yeah, I thought they said the Red. I had just saw like a bits and pieces. They made me think, from not paying close enough attention, obviously.
No.
That the Red Cross was on fire. 1,000 people was displaced from the Red Cross.
No, it was a home over there on Villar Phillips and Keith Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
The firefighters rescued about 5 people that were from the second floor, preventing an already serious situation from becoming worse. Mm-hmm. Now they're helping. They helped 3 of those people, and that was over there off of it says Villar Phillips and Keith the other day.
Yeah, Phillips and Keith.
Mm-hmm.
That's where my office is.
See that home?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
My office is right down there.
Yeah.
I didn't see. Did I see that? When was this again?
Friday afternoon. Yeah.
No, I missed that one.
So we praying for that family that was affected by that fire. So.
Definitely.
And also a shout out to my good friend. Her name is Lachelle. In North Carolina, her home caught fire, and thankfully, her and her parents, they were able to escape the fire, but she lost everything as well. So
right.
Yeah, I'm definitely praying for her and her family down in North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm looking at something in here that just says, hold on. Another person's body was pulled from the Menominee River. Do you see that?
Mm-mm.
This was just posted 29 minutes ago. Dang, what is going on? This is okay. Authorities had a grim discovery in the Menominee River Monday. Authorities had a grim discovery in the Menominee River Monday morning. The Milwaukee Fire Department dive rescue team pulled a man's body from the water in the 2100 block of West Mount Vernon
Avenue.
and the Milwaukee County Medical Examiner Office will perform an autopsy. Is that correct?
Oh my God.
What is happening?
Mm-hmm.
People just getting found in rivers.
Yeah.
Shootouts in broad daylight.
Mm-hmm.
Houses on fire. It's like the world coming to an end.
Yes.
Jesus.
All right, so here's another story in Atlanta, Dennis. Not sure if you heard about this. A young woman who was killed in Atlanta shooting after a fight over a bowling ball.
Yeah, that was
Young Thug. Yeah, did you hear about that?
Yeah, that was the mother of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said that he was. Young Thug is a rapper,
Mm-hmm.
a very popular rapper.
Yeah.
Out of Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
Georgia. Yeah. And it was reported that the mother of his child was shot in the head in a bowling alley after getting into an altercation with some guy. And then they say he like waited on her in the parking lot
Outside.
after they said, because I guess she kept bowling after
Mm-hmm.
the argument, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then when she came outside, dude shot her in the head.
Yeah.
He was mad. Whatever she said to that man, he was mad. But I mean, that's very unfortunate.
It is.
But again, it's still continuing to just show
Mm-hmm.
the lack of civility and lawlessness that
Mm-hmm.
exists all across the country right now.
People are just angry these days. You just say one word, people just fly off the handle for no reason.
They show. Dude.
That's why you just have to be careful. Just be kind to people.
What the word for the day is like?
Be kind. You just don't know what a person is going through.
It's not even about being kind. Well, it is always about being kind. So I agree with that. But don't be reactionary.
In terms of what
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Don't be reactionary.
In terms of what?
That's the most important thing that I can say right now.
Okay.
Because there's so much ignorance in the street that somebody will do something and you will just react.
So it's not how you act, but it's how you react.
No, it's about not reacting.
Right.
It's not. It's about it's about thinking before you act.
That's right.
Not just reacting to something.
Right.
You got to be proactive.
That's
you got to
right.
You got to realize. You got to already know that the ignorance is amongst you.
Right.
And somebody's going to do something. So somebody's going to do something to piss you off.
Right.
Someone's going to do something to disrespect you.
Right.
Someone's going to do something to upset you in some kind of way.
Yeah.
There's going to be some type of dysfunctional situation that occurs.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be expecting that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be proactive.
Yeah.
And just know that when these guys start speeding up the street, you got to be prepared for that. You know?
Yeah.
When people are running red lights and all this stuff, you got to be prepared for that.
Prepared to pull over.
Or just, it's like I said, like when I'm coming across a red light, even when I'm coming across a green light, I'm still looking both ways.
That's right.
Even though it's a green light. I'm trying to be proactive because somebody can easily run this red light because they running the red light all day long.
All day.
So I'm driving at a reasonable speed limit because I'm being proactive because I may have to slam on my brakes and I don't want the person behind me to just run into the back of me because I was going too fast or they was going too fast and they end up hitting me from the back because I try to prevent myself from hitting somebody who just ran the red light.
Right.
So like all these things, like you got to be defensive, but you have to be proactive.
That's right.
And you can't be reactionary to the things that are happening. When these guys are when I drive down the street and it's 15 guys in the street and I gotta pull up behind a car who won't let me by.
Bag up and go the other way.
My first reaction is to push the gas
and go through
and run over.
Right.
And run over.
That's right.
The whole crowd. Right. That's my first reaction. It's just to push the gas to the floor and be like, boom, 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 and just smash through the whole crowd.
Ignorant.
That's how irritating it be.
And ignorant on your behalf.
Again, that's my first thought.
Yeah.
That's my reactionary thought. Run them over.
Yeah.
Because they'll sit there and you'll be sitting there and they know that you need to get by. They parked in the middle of the street. Yeah. They'll turn around and look at you.
That's true.
And laugh.
Yeah.
And then turn around and keep having a conversation. and then they'll hold you up for another 7-8 minutes.
And there's empty spots on
in the
each
middle of the
side.
street, when all they have to do is pull over, and so they intentionally being disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you roll past, they'll say something slick or something smart, like, you know. And again,
I agree.
That's something that can really anger a person.
That's right.
And if you riding around with your gun, if you riding around, or if you just reactionary to the ignorant, people get shot like this every single day. That's what I'm talking about, this particular situation.
I agree.
People get shot like this every day. But instead of pulling a gun out and starting to shoot up the crowd, or pushing the gas, going real fast, or running over the whole crowd, what I do is the civil thing.
You back up and go the other way.
Take a couple of deep breaths. I say, wow.
You look at your speedometer.
I'm encountering some very significant ignorance right now.
And you think about the choices.
And I think about all the choices that I have.
You think about the
I just sit there and I just wait. And I put my ego and my pride to the side.
There you go.
And most of the time I just sit there and I wait as long as I can until they just disrespect me as much as they can. And then when they pull off, I just simply move on about my way. Or if I have to back up, I'll back up.
There you go.
I'll humble myself to the circumstances. I'm not reacting off of my anger,
there you go.
My emotion.
Right.
So the moral of that story is there are many circumstances that are going to occur throughout the day when you have this high level of ignorance that's existing in our communities. And where your first mind might be to do something destructive, you got to think with your second, third, fourth, or fifth mind in order to make it home safely, or to not jeopardize yourself in any kind of way. So these different situations, it's just like the guys riding up and down the street shooting at each other.
That's right.
You know, it's like all this stuff is just crazy. Like the ladies had the accident on Burlock, where they start jumping out the car and start fighting.
Right.
Like
use every
guns, bats, all kind of stuff.
Use every
fighting in front of children.
Use every preventative measure that you can.
Yeah, to avoid
confrontation.
Again, but be prepared, because some things are unavoidable.
They are.
Let's be real now. Not saying be stupid, just be safe.
Be safe and be smart.
Yeah, I just said, don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid.
Be safe.
Yes, be safe.
Be safe and be smart.
And be smart.
Meaning, don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid.
But be safe.
Stupid.
Because you might have to do what you got to do. Just make sure that your options are appropriate for the circumstances.
Yeah.
Is that the right way to say it?
Do what you have to do to be safe and be smart.
Take your fire and
do what you have to do.
Gun safety.
Don't listen to Dennis.
Take your gun safety class.
Be safe and be smart.
So that when you start shooting, you shoot appropriately. you know where to shoot them at.
Be safe and be smart. Don't listen to Dennis. Okay. All right. So speaking of cars, Dennis, Volkswagen is recalling more than 246,000 SUVs in the U.S. and Canada because of faulty wiring. Harshness can make them break unexpectedly, sometimes while in traffic.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that Volkswagen. I actually really like that Volkswagen.
Man, but that's scary.
That's a nice truck.
It is, but it's look at the truck. That's a hot truck.
That's a nice truck.
That's a hot truck.
But they said the wiring.
Man, the wiring. Your truck can stop unexpectedly in traffic. The recall, the recall comes 3 days after the Associated Press reported that 47 people had complained to the U.S. safety regulators about the problem, some reporting nearly being rear-ended by other vehicles. Many reported that warning lights and alarms would go off, the driver's side windows would roll down, and the SUVs would suddenly brake while in traffic. Yeah, it's very crazy.
But that's the one thing I don't like about all the newer cars today. all the wiring and technology
Yes.
and all that stuff that's in those cars.
They have more recalls than
It creates so much of a problem.
Yes, it does.
And then you're not able to just just fix these cars in the manner in which you were able to in the past. You got to go through a whole technician and go to the dealership, order this crazy part from somewhere that, it's just like right now.
That's why it's good to have warranties.
Well, I was considering buying a new car.
Okay.
Right?
Not now.
No, I was considering it.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to get I was going to get a really nice car. That's what I was looking at. So I was thinking about, right? But it just doesn't make sense. And when I talk about a nice car, I'm thinking about getting like a real nice car, right? But I'm like, first of all, I'm doing it just because I want a nice car. So I was looking at getting a Maybach, right? A Mercedes Maybach. For those who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, look it up. It's a really nice Mercedes, right? But that's the car I actually want. But then I was just thinking like, well, I'm looking at how they have just ran the prices of these cars up. It's like so much. Then all the maintenance on a high-end car like this that I'm talking about. And I'm talking about not getting a brand new one. I'm talking about getting one that's a big use, right? But the technology that comes with the car is just like ridiculous, right? Just all the different things, like fixing the car. To fix the car is very expensive if something goes wrong with it.
Of course.
But I have a pretty good mechanic. But at the same time, it's still an expensive car. But then all of the electronics. So right now I drive a 2005 Toyota Tundra. Yeah. Right? Which I love, the pickup truck. I love this truck. What I love about it is there's not all the electronic stuff that I have to deal with. Now I'm still dealing with some level of electronic stuff because it's a Toyota. Yeah. So it's still foreign.
But those are some long-lasting cars, though.
Yeah, very long.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, very long. Yeah. But they're perfect for the environment that we're in.
Yes.
All the potholes, all the accidents. Yeah. You need a truck driving down the streets in Milwaukee. And you need a durable truck, right? And where I don't want to get anything that's too high end because just what you have to go through, all of the people just running and crashing into stuff. I'd rather have something lower end right now until I decide to just, level up and give me something brand new. Yeah. But what I like about the truck is that I can still pop the hood of the truck. I can do the tune up. I can do the oil change. I can, change the fuel pump out. I can change the starter. I can change the alternator. All of the basic things that you're really going to need to replace on a car is accessible. It's not all computerized because it's an older model truck. So I like the older model cars right now because they're not dealing with all the electrical stuff. And they're so simple to fix. But one of these newer cars with all this technology and all of this, you're going to pay so much money.
Yes, absolutely.
For a wire or for a computer chip or for a sensor. If you got to get your fuel pump changed or if you got to get your alternator changed or something, it's going to cost you $2,000 for an alternator.
That's true.
Or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like $1,500 for a fuel pump. When in the older cars, you just go by the part, pop the other part out, pop it back in, and get right back on the road. Right. You got to go all the way to the dealer. They got to take your whole engine apart to put your alternator in or something. Your car battery or something is under your right tire now.
Right.
So, it's like, it's
too
much.
Yeah,
new cars is just too much.
Yeah, it is.
But if you can't afford it, then people who can afford. Let's just put it like this: people who can afford it are not complaining about it. Yeah. So if I'm complaining, I'm gonna stay on my lead. I'm gonna stay with my Toyota. Right?
That's true. Yep, for sure.
I'm gonna stay with my Toyota.
It says here the documents say the electrical contacts on a wiring harness in either of the front doors can corrode, interrupting electrical connections. Okay, the problem can cause the side airbags to deploy late in a crash, and the parking brake can come on unexpectedly. Volkswagen says in the documents that the SUVs can brake at a speed brake at speeds below 1.8 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. So basically, hold on. You said the brakes can exceed what?
It says, let me get back to it. It says, Volkswagen says in the documents that the SUVs can brake at speeds below 1.8 miles per hour.
I mean, it'll just stop by itself?
Yep. 3 kilometers per hour. Yeah.
Whatever. That's crazy.
And can suddenly brake while in traffic. That's scary.
Yeah, that's crazy. You just driving in the car, just stop.
Just stop. Yeah.
Dude, I told you about my experience when the brakes didn't stop.
Yeah, it didn't stop, right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this the big one. I'm coming home. Oh, this the big one. I'm like, oh, eat it. Oh, this the big one.
Stop.
That's how I felt like. This the big one.
I'm so embarrassed. Did you say?
That's probably that's how I feel.
Did you say eat it?
Yeah, come on, eat it.
Oh, God help us all, Lord. All right. There is another recall.
On what?
Food.
Food.
No,
food alert. Food alert.
It's not on food. Well, it's on it's on airborne gummies.
Not the gummies.
On gummies.
And who approved this stuff?
You know who approved it.
What's the FDA stand for?
What do you think it stands for?
What does the FDA stand for?
What do you think it stands for?
You know.
What do you think it stands
for?
What do you think it stands for?
The first word, I give you the second word.
Federal.
Nah, see, you supposed to got this food.
Food. I know.
Food.
Drug administration. Of course I knew, boy. Of course.
Yeah, don't leave that alone.
Well, no, well, I said federal because yo. That's what you always catch.
No, Food and Drug Administration. So
yes.
Everything that's recalled.
Yes.
Everything that you see that is being recalled is approved by the Federal Drug Administration.
Food.
FDA.
Why do you keep saying federal? Food.
See how you gotta say federal. The
Food and Drug Administration. Yes. So over 3 million bottles of airborne supplement gummies are being recalled after several people were allegedly injured after trying to open the bottle. Trying to open the bottle.
So it wasn't the gummy, it was the bottle.
It was the bottle, okay? Now, this was just posted the other day.
Okay. What happened?
Reckitt's voluntary recall covers airborne gummies in 63 and 75 count bottles, according to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When opened for the first time, pressure buildup in the bottle can cause the cap and underlying seal to pop off with force, posing an injury hazard, the CPSC said. All right. Now I'm just going to skip over a little bit. According to the CPSC, any bottles that have been opened are not subject to this recall, as they have released any pressure buildup and do not present any injury hazard. Consumers with unopened bottles should not attempt to open the product, according to the recall. They're urged to contact Reckitt to return the unopened product for a full refund.
So there's nothing wrong with the actual product itself. It's the bottle's injury.
It's the bottle, right?
Okay.
They have already, it says here, there have already been at least 70 reports of the cap or seal popping off, according to the recall. Over a dozen reported cases where consumers say they received minor injuries, including one report of an eye injury requiring medical attention.
Eye injury. So you try to take the top off,
right.
airborne gummies, and the top hit you, just pop you in the eye, and injure you, basically, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. So be careful with your airborne gummies. The top may just viciously fly off and put your eye out.
Yeah.
Basically.
There you go.
So while you taking them gummies to build your immune system,
be careful.
Be careful with that body, because a lot of people take that actually.
Absolutely. Yeah.
A lot of people actually take that. So yeah.
Okay.
3 million bottles have been, and that's what's crazy.
Yeah.
The recalls. Anyways, but anyway, be careful. Be careful with your gummy bears. your immune system airborne gummy bears.
Yeah.
That's the moral of that story.
Okay. There you have it. All right.
Soraya.
Yes, sir.
So go ahead.
All right. You have anything else?
All right, so go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, you can go.
Do your thing. No, I'll wait. Go ahead.
All right. So I have another story here. We have another story about scammers. All right. A Maryland woman was scammed out of thousands of dollars. She's speaking out in an effort to help others avoid the ploy making the rounds across the country. Now, Miss Denise, follow me, right? Who lives in Charles County, didn't want to use her last name because she's still worried about the people who target her at the beginning of January. It all started with a text message that purported to be from her bank, Wells Fargo. She used Zelle. Now, I use Zelle, right? Zelle. We all know about Zelle.
I use Zelle.
Zelle is very, very secure, right?
It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. All right. So she used Zelle from Wells Fargo. Okay. And Zelle transaction attempted $3,500, asking her to reply yes or no to verify the charge. She replied no. And moments later, her phone rang. The man said he was with Wells Fargo, and someone was trying to steal $3,500 from her via Zelle. But luckily, they caught it in time, and there was a simple solution. He didn't ask her. He didn't ask her to click a link or give a bank account number. Instead, he instructed Denise to log into her Zelle account and send $3,500 back to herself to reverse the transaction. Denise says she had a moment where she doubted what he was telling her, and she asked him to verify his identity. And then she said, okay, so I said, I need something where nobody else knows but an inside person. And he said, you just made a transaction. You transferred the money from your savings to your checkings, and he told me the exact amount, and I thought, well, okay. So I guess she contacted the police, who leads the financial crimes division at the police department.
Okay.
And the caller was likely, I guess the police officer said that she was scammed.
Okay.
And said that scammers got into her account, and he said scammers can access bank accounts from information that can get on the dark web on through data breaches. Yeah. And tried to get into her account through the Zelle account.
That's unfortunate.
So they are getting into our Zelle account. So
well, they called me the other day, right? So I got a phone call the other day, similar to that. Go ahead. Are you finished with the story?
So now I was just going to tell people, this is what I encourage people to do through your Zelle, through PayPal. I encourage people to get the 2-digit authentication code, so you can make sure your accounts are secure.
Explain that, please.
Meaning that before you log into your account, PayPal will send you a code so you can make sure you are secure before you log into your account, so that you will make sure hackers are getting into your account. Okay. Because it's very obvious they are trying to, like the officer told the lady, that these people, they are, like he said, they are getting into a dark web
Yeah.
through these data breaches. What kind of
Yeah, because they just 24 hours just like trying to steal people's
identity?
information.
Yeah.
24 hours, they just nonstop stealing people money.
I mean, it's just.
So they call my phone like every day.
Yes.
You know,
every day.
Hello, sir.
Every
Hello,
day.
sir.
Every
We are
day.
contacting you because we've located a breach into your account.
Every day.
Every day. Hello, sir.
I get calls every day.
So they just called me the other day with the same thing,
Mhm.
talking about someone has accessed your account information.
Did Amazon call you?
Amazon called me too.
I got a call through Amazon just
I got a
yesterday.
call from Amazon,
Yeah.
but these people call and they again.
Hello, sir.
Mhm.
Someone just entered into your account, and we need you to, we're here to help you fix it.
Whatever the story they told me.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So I when they call me now, I just go along with it. I just be like, yeah, what's up,
Mhm.
and then I'll see how far they go. So I just keep on playing along with them to see how far they go, and then I'll probably say something like really rude. Once they figure right when they think they can really get me,
Mhm.
then I'll just say something really stupid or really rude to just disrupt their whole process. And then
Okay.
they hang up in my face.
Oh, okay.
So every time they call me and try to scam me now, I just go along with it for a little while
Mhm.
just to see how far they're gonna go.
Okay.
And then, and I ask certain questions that'll let me know that it's not legitimate.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, now I start, since y'all wasting my time, I'm going to waste y'all time.
Yeah, it's something
and then
serious.
they end up hanging up on me. They be real. By the time they get done with me, they be real mad at me.
I mean, and it's good that these phones now, like these phones, they tell you when these phones are, when your calls are spams now.
Yeah.
Like my phones tell me when it's a spam or
And
unknown
most
or whatever.
of the time, I think every time a lot of them still get through though.
Yeah.
A lot of them are calling from like our area code.
Oh yeah, they done got slick now. Like y'all done got slick now, really?
Yeah, I ain't,
Like, okay.
But I just think it's so unfortunate that
But
every day, all day,
mm-hmm.
that someone just feels comfortable
Mm-hmm.
calling you,
yeah,
trying to steal from you.
Yes.
And there's no real protection against it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there has to be something that you can do.
But I'm telling you,
like crack down on these people, because when they call you, you can tell when you listen in the background, you hear like a whole bunch of people in the background doing the same thing to other people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I'm like,
so I'm saying to protect your identity, they allow you to place that I think like it's called a 2-factor authentication on your account.
right.
Okay, it's very important for you to do that.
But but my point is that it seems like there's no real penalty for people to get, like there's no deterrent.
Right. I get it. Yeah.
It's just like whoever's doing this, they're encouraged to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seems like, I guess there's no way to track them or no one's coming after them.
Yeah.
But when someone's calling you at the rate that we get phone calls all across the nation, it just seems like there should be a different level of security in place to crack down on these companies.
Yeah.
To protect people.
That's right.
So it just seems like this type of fraud is something it's
something serious.
It's just running wild. Like
it is.
You don't never hear about nobody going to jail for nothing like this.
That's right. Yeah, I agree.
But
I agree. So,
anyway,
so just be mindful of that, people. All right.
Be very careful because the scammers are on the
loose.
They
are.
They like juicy right now. They on the loose. Juice is loose.
They are. All right. Yeah, because I had to fight with my credit union.
Yeah, I remember that.
I had to fight. No, this is the second time I had to fight with them. Like recently.
When?
Recently, I had to fight with my business account.
They stole some more money from
you? Yeah. They took $89.
They take a little money and big money.
And they had to. My credit union had to call a business.
Wow.
I called them, and then they had to call to make sure
was it like a subscription.
It was a subscription. I was like, I don't remember subscribing to this. And then they had to call for themselves, and they didn't even answer.
So yeah, these subscriptions are so like the subscription thing. Where they will. Yeah. Where they will, you'll have a subscription for 7 days for free.
Right. I can't.
just did
I
that, too.
cancel mine on the 5th day. Did you cancel the subscription?
I just did that too. What did I do?
When I do subscriptions, I put it in my phone for the 5th day prior to the 7th day canceling. I cancel on the 5th day. I don't play with subscriptions.
I just did a subscription too.
When they
I
say
think it was for.
the trial for 7 days, I cancel the 5th.
Oh, I know what I just did a subscription.
You too late.
For Amazon Prime.
Wow.
I just did it for Amazon.
Did you cancel it?
I did not.
Oh.
Dang, they got me.
Well, Amazon is not expensive though. Amazon is only like $6 a month though. Well,
It was like 14.
$14 a month. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Amazon Prime. I'm glad I just thought about that because I just ordered some stuff out for the free subscription.
Well, that's not bad. Well, you can still cancel it though.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's easy. That's easy. That's probably more easy to cancel.
No, with my subscription, I wasn't aware on. I wasn't knowledgeable of the subscription that I had
So
on
I went through that with
on my
Apple.
account.
It was like an Apple product or something,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And they was like draining my account
Yeah.
every month, just hitting my account.
Mhm.
And they was like, when I contacted the bank, they took me through exactly that. Like, you got to call the company.
Yep.
And they got to do it.
Mhm.
But they know when they get you into these subscriptions,
Yeah.
they locking you in.
They lock you in.
And
Yep.
that they're not going to be accessible to
Right.
you when you try to cancel the subscription.
Mm-hmm.
So you think you're doing something good, and then next thing you know, they take the money out your account for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. So my credit union, they had to close my credit card, my debit card, for they won't take the money out and send me a new debit card, and they refunded me the money.
You know what I think is a safe thing to do?
What's that?
Probably like I think once a year,
Mhm.
every year you should change your account. You should close your account all the way out and start a new account.
Well, no, just don't get no subscription.
No, or I'm just saying, because there be so many people that when you do have stuff or when you do use like your credit card for online transactions and stuff like that, it just seems like sometimes it's good to just like start a fresh new account.
No, because you have to be mindful. What if you've already started paying bills in those different, on that account, on those accounts? Oh, that's a lot of work to do. But you just have to be mindful and be careful.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
be mindful, be careful.
Yeah.
But hey, I got a story over here.
Wait, but before you go there, speaking of subscriptions, if you are using someone else's account and subscription, Netflix are getting ready to crack down on shared accounts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's over with.
Yeah.
A lot of people be doing that.
Yeah.
Because people be like, yeah, let me use your account.
Yeah, let me
I
use-
did it a couple times.
Then use your password.
Yeah, I did it a couple times.
Yeah.
So how that's going?
They just started it, so I guess they're gonna start applying an extra fee for $2.99 per person, it says.
That when
So-
you let somebody else use your
Yeah, the extra fee is gonna equal about $2.99 a person. So
but their fee already went up for their subscription though, didn't it?
it did. I don't know. I don't have
That's what I
Netflix.
heard.
Okay, I don't have Netflix right anymore. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
But nobody not paying for that no way. So
Yeah, I don't.
everybody
have...
got like Fire Sticks.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm still like learning how the technology works.
Okay.
But when I look at what I see, it's like, and I don't even watch TV.
Okay.
Personally.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then, I watched a really good movie the other day.
You
It
did?
was, like, super dope.
Oh yeah. Speaking of a movie, Saints and Sinners is going to be coming back on too.
Yay! Yeah, I knew it. I knew they wouldn't let me down.
You know what? I need you to get.
Yeah, that's my show. That's my show. When is it coming out? Pull it up. For real.
No.
Dude, come on, man. The world want to know.
No.
The world want to know. You said Saints and Sinners coming back up?
I know they have a new season coming up. But
When?
I don't know when. I just saw.
Pull it up. Where you see that at?
I just saw it on TV that
On
they have a
Fox?
new. Yeah, they have a new season coming up.
Yeah, that's my show.
That's so
I'm
sad.
fired up. I'm
That's-
fired up for the new Saints and Sinners. And that's
That's so
for the person
sad.
who doesn't watch TV.
For a person that don't watch TV.
Saints and Sinners is probably the only show that I watched. It is the only show that I watch.
That's so sad.
Out of all the
That's
shows that be on TV,
That's so sad.
Saints and Sinners the only show that I watch.
Well, speaking of TV, while we on television,
What was you saying? Hold on, you said something about Netflix. Netflix. I was saying that, yeah, with Netflix, most of the people, again, they got these Fire Sticks.
Yes.
And again, I'm so lame to the technology. They like, don't get cable, don't pay for none of that stuff. Just get you a Fire Stick.
Right.
And so I guess they do something to the Fire Sticks where you can watch everything. So Netflix and all that stuff be like on the Fire Stick.
Yeah, they jailbreak it or something, they say.
Yeah, I don't be knowing with none of that stuff, man.
Right. Yeah, because you don't watch a lot of TV.
I don't. But I watch Saints and Sinners. It's on regular TV. I ain't gotta pay for no cable.
Right.
Cause I don't have cable.
All right. So speaking of television, one thing we love to hear, and some people don't love to hear, that you are not the father, or you are the father, is coming to an end.
Good.
Maury Povich, he's ending his talk show.
Good. I never liked Maury Povich.
Oh, I love Maury.
I never liked that.
After 31 seasons. 31 seasons, y'all.
I mean, dude, he
Man.
exploited. He found the niche with just exploiting that baby mama and daddy stuff.
31
He
seasons.
wrote that for 31 years.
The longest running daytime talk show, Maury, after 31 seasons.
I never liked Maury.
Yeah, it's coming to an end.
It just was too ignorant. Like, you see the people come on there fighting and screaming, and you not the father. Then the one chick will be there, and she'll been on there 9 times.
Man, wait, try 13. This girl came. She came on there 13 times.
I thought that show was a lot to that show though. That show was so humiliating, for one.
Well,
but then two, nothing. The show is a humiliating show.
He didn't humiliate them. They humiliated themselves.
He provided a platform for humiliation.
Well, no, I disagree with that.
It's his show.
Well,
the content. You know that he exploiting people because he's paying people to come and tell their poor baby mama and daddy stories. So it's exploitation at its finest. But anyways, my point is
Maury Povich
exploited people's situation. He found a niche in the market and he exploited it. And he made sure that he showed every raggedy baby mama and daddy in the world.
I should have told you all this on the Gospel Mania show. I shouldn't have told you all this on the Solar City Gospel Radio show. I'm so sorry.
Why?
Because Dennis, he always be the barrier of bad news.
I'm the barrier of bad news, and Maury Povich is the barrier of good news. Dude, that's why I said y'all society is messed up.
Let me eat another skin.
Yeah, eat your pork skin.
Maury is going off the air, y'all, for 31 years, but they're going to continue to show reruns. So
I'm glad.
There you have it.
But again, let me finish my point.
Go.
Don't interrupt him. Eat a pork skin. My point about Maury is why I never liked Maury is because I felt like it was an exploitation of the community, right? So then you will sit up there and, like you said, you will have a chick. But the other thing about it, but it also showed like the truth of how the community really is. When you got one chick that then lied to all these men about them being the father of the child, and then people think that this is cool. Men be up here thinking that this they baby, and then they get a DNA test and they find out that that is not their child, and then they just be like. And then the dudes break down crying.
Yeah, that would be so, oh my God, that would be so sad.
You know what I'm saying? Then the chick just sit there and just look like she's somebody still when she the trash of the earth. She done lied to this man. She knows she done lied to this man. She done slept with all these other men and then made this guy think that it's his child.
But what about
this man that sat here and took care of the child, you know, and been a father to the child, or you just sat and came back 13 times and blamed all 13 men and none of them was the man, I was like, man, that's a mess.
But then what about the men, though? When even with the men, bring the women on there. How about that?
I wasn't talking about that.
I'm talking about that.
I wasn't.
I'm talking about that.
What about it? Explain it. I don't know what you're talking
about. What about when men bring their women, their wives on there?
And what? Find out that they baby ain't theirs?
What? Yeah, when the wives are cheating. How about that?
Same thing. It's a mess.
It is a mess. Yes, it is a mess.
That's all my point. It's a mess on both sides.
Anyways.
Yeah, I know you love that mess. That Maury mess.
And so do you. You love Saints and Sinners. Like I love more. Yeah, whatever. All right, y'all.
Touche.
48 minutes after the hour, 1 o'clock. p.m. All
Can I
right.
tell my story now?
Yes, I wanted to. It was just a flow with the television and the Netflix, and so while we were there, I just wanted to just get that in. All right.
I got you.
All right, just a
See,
flow.
I was great flow with you though.
Go ahead.
So this was going back to you was going back to the Zelle thing, right? With people scamming. But anyways, I got some good news. Right? Did you hear about the fact that the credit reporting agencies are going to wipe out most medical debt?
No, I did not.
Okay.
That's great news. Can you please share that?
I'm going to share that story.
Please.
Okay.
We'd love to hear that, please.
3 of the country's largest credit reporting agencies are removing nearly 70% of medical debt from consumer credit reports, the companies announced in a joint statement Friday.
Wonderful.
Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion will eliminate billions of dollars from the accounts of consumers who faced unexpected medical bills that they were unable to pay. 3 firms said they made the move after months of research. Medical collections debt often arises from unforeseen medical circumstances. These changes are another step we're taking together to help people across the United States focus on their financial and personal well-being, the company said in a joint statement. The announcement follows research from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau showing that Americans had racked up $88 billion in medical debt or consumer credit records as of June 21st. It's the most common debt collection credit account on credit reports, the CFPB said. Medical debt can be volatile and unpredictable and can negatively affect many financially secure consumers. Black, Hispanic, young, and low-income consumers are most likely to be impacted by medical debt, the Bureau said. Medical debt concerns have heightened since the COVID-19 pandemic. Hospitalization millions of people, and CFPB Director Rohit Chopra has been publicly critical of medical debt collections by credit reporting agencies. On March 1st, Chopra said the CFPB will be closely scrutinizing the big 3 credit reporting agencies. And they said we expect them to take seriously their role as major actors in the credit reporting system, a system whose integrity and accuracy can determine the financial future of hundreds of millions, Chopra said. So, starting July 1st.
Yes, I agree.
Starting July 1st.
Teacher.
Paid medical collection debt.
I don't have any medical bills.
Will no longer be included on consumer credit reports.
That's great.
Millions of Americans had credit scores previously lowered because debt paid after being sent to collections could appear on the credit reports for up to 7 years. More changes are expected. It will now take 1 month before unpaid medical collection debt appears on a consumer's report instead of 6 months, the previous standard. The 3 companies also said that starting on the first half of 2023, medical collection debts less than $500 will no longer be included on credit report.
But I'm wondering what will happen. Okay, so this is a question for Darvin Moore.
Ain't that something though?
Yeah, this is good for Darvin Moore. Yeah. So that means the people that already have their medical bills on their credit report needs to dispute the medical bills on their credit report now.
Dispute them now?
Yeah, the ones that they have on their credit report now. Right?
No, what it says starting July 1st.
Right. So
you said if they start disputing them now, they'll fall off?
Absolutely.
That's possible. I mean, we would have to talk to somebody like Darvin.
Right. That's why I said this question for Darvin Moore.
But
that
sounds about possible.
Okay.
Actually, when I go to Atlanta, I'm gonna go see Darvin.
Okay.
And maybe we could get him on to do a financial statement.
Yeah. In fact, I believe Darvin's supposed to be coming to Milwaukee soon too. So, okay.
That's very possible.
Yeah, that sounds good though.
So yeah. So isn't that good news?
That's great news.
So because people be having some real serious medical debts that be having their credit report jacked up.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
Man, now as soon as they start saying that they're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
report child support, everybody gonna be back on track.
Everybody gonna have good credit.
If they say we're no longer reporting child support, oh man, brothers gonna go crazy.
Crazy.
Driving Maybachs.
Stop.
Straight up.
You are crazy.
Free the black
dude.
man. Free all men.
All day long. I'm
yeah.
trying to
Okay,
tell
what you got
you.
over there? What's next?
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, 54 minutes after the hour of 1 o'clock p.m. We have one more hour to go.
One more hour to go. We winding
Okay.
down, y'all. We just going crazy, crazy, crazy.
Yes, you.
We gonna have a crazy good time over here.
See what I'm going through? Keep it here. Be right back right after this. Keep it here. are back on the Soul of the City Gospel Radio Show inside this Monday afternoon, 2:00 p.m. on the nose. How you doing, Brother Dennis Wharton?
I'm doing so well. So well. How are you?
I am fine. Thank you so much.
It's a beautiful day in my neighborhood.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
The sun is shining so bright.
Okay.
It's looking so beautiful outside.
All right,
Would
Dennis.
you agree?
Would you?
Would you agree? You must say, would you be?
Oh, God. I'm sorry. I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like me. I always wanted.
I always hated that song.
You so.
People just think I'm the worst person in the world because I hated Mr. Rogers.
Why?
He was just so creepy to me. Hi, boys and girls. Take off his sweater.
Change your shoes.
Hi, boys and girls.
Oh, I love Mr. Rogers.
He was just the weirdest dude.
OMG.
I never, my sister used to be so mad at me because I used to diss Mr. Rogers.
I love
She swear I'm the evilest person in the world.
I agree.
Because I didn't love She's like, you just evil.
I would agree.
I'm like, ugh.
I would agree with her.
Ugh, that show was whack.
I love your sister.
Man, the puppets be coming in.
Yeah, I love your sister.
I'm sorry, I just worked.
All right.
Okay, sorry about that. Sidetrack.
Yeah, well, how do we on that subject?
I thought I was saying it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. That's all.
I love Mr. Rogers. Anyway, nevertheless, if you're on your phone, you are experiencing some technical issues with your apps. Well, several apps linked to Apple services are experiencing an outage, according to the Down Detector. According to the website, several apps such as Apple Maps, iTunes, and Google Maps started having issues this afternoon. Apple also reported several outages with its apps on its websites, including App Store, Apple Music, and Apple TV+. No reason, though, for the outage was provided, nor a timeline for when the apps will resume operating. All right? So this is just in. So just so you know, it was just posted about an hour or so ago. Apple Maps, iTunes, and other apps are experiencing outages as we speak right now. So they'll be back up and running, I guess, later on today, if you have an iPhone. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Sister Sray.
What you got?
I'm
So
sitting here looking at the story. Did anybody care about Justice Clarence Thomas? Do you know who Justice Clarence Thomas is?
I think I heard about him. Is that the one? Do he have an infection or something?
He does have.
He has an infection.
Do you know who he is?
I heard of his name.
You've heard of his name, right?
Yes.
But you don't necessarily know who he is.
I know he's a black guy.
I mean, you don't know.
He's a black guy. I saw him on the news last night.
Hey, okay. But do you know who he is?
Is he a politician?
Kind of. He's a judge.
He's a judge.
He's
yes.
on the Supreme Court.
He is, and I know
Supreme Court justice.
he's in the hospital he has a flu infection.
He's a very controversial Supreme Court justice because I think he is currently the only black person that's on the Supreme Court right now.
Why did you ask that question? Do anybody care?
I just wondered, does anybody care about about Clarence Thomas? Because people when they label black people a sellout, they be like, you a Clarence Thomas.
Wow.
His name is synonymous with being.
Why do people compare you to him though?
Who?
Why do people compare people to him?
Because they compare people to him based upon, like, if you want to say a person is a sellout, you'll be like, oh, you one of them Clarence Thomas, or you a Clarence Thomas kind of dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Because Clarence Thomas is looked at largely in the black community as a sellout. Okay. Uncle Tom, as they call it. Well, one, because he's conservative and he's Republican. And he sides with a lot of conservative views. So he's been under scrutiny for that for years.
Yeah.
But he is, again, one of the most powerful men in the nation.
Yeah. Okay.
As a Supreme Court justice. But Justice Clarence Thomas has been hospitalized with an infection.
Yes, yes.
The Supreme Court announced in a statement. Thomas was admitted to the Sibley Memorial Hospital in Washington, D.C. on Friday after experiencing flu-like symptoms. Supreme Court spokesman Patricia McGarvey said in a statement he was diagnosed with an infection after undergoing tests and is being treated with intravenous antibiotics. McCabe said she did not provide more details on the nature of the infection. His symptoms are abating. He is resting comfortably, and he expects to be released from the hospital in a day or two. All right. Said after Justice Stephen Breyer Thomas is the second oldest justice on the Supreme Court at 73. He is the most senior conservative. Thomas does not have a known history of health issues and has been a vibrant participant in court arguments over the past 2 years. He, along with the other eight justices, have been vaccinated and boosted for COVID-19, according to the court. The court is reconvening Monday at 10 a.m. for 2 weeks of oral arguments about the McCabe statement. It appears Thomas will not be participating in those arguments. So now, and I say that because if you're paying attention to the Supreme Court, you know that Joe Biden is nominating a black woman to be on the Supreme Court.
Yes.
And this is the first black woman, I think, not has been nominated, but that has gotten this far. And she will most likely be our next Supreme Court. So historic Senate hearing set on Ketanji Brown Jackson. Yeah, that's a black woman. Ketanji.
Well, we know that now.
We know that.
Yeah.
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
All right.
Is going to possibly be the next Supreme Court justice. She's a nomination. The Senate Judiciary Committee on Monday opens a week of high-profile confirmation hearings on Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, the first black woman nominated to the U.S. Supreme Court in its 233-year history. While Democrats have the votes to confirm President Joe Biden's high court nominee on their own, the hearings could prove critical to the White House goal of securing at least some Republican support and shoring up the country's credibility. All right. The spotlight on a historic nominee and the court itself during such a consequential term of cases is also an opportunity for both political parties to appeal to key voting constituencies ahead of the midterm campaign season. Jackson, 51, she's young. 51, who currently sits on the nation's second most powerful court, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit, will face questions from the committee of 11 Republicans and 11 Democrats over 2 days, starting on Tuesday. That's going to be crazy.
Tawana said Biden wants to make sure everyone knows he picked a black woman. Yeah, no mixing up that name. You got that right.
Yeah, Ketanji.
You got that right. Yeah.
So Republicans have singled out because they were saying a lot of stuff about her. They were saying that she was.
Where's she from?
I don't know.
Can you say where she's from? Okay.
But anyway, I'll figure that out.
Okay.
Republicans have signaled a desire to scrutinize the substance of Jackson's record while avoiding the types of personal inquiries they opposed in other recent confirmations. Several GOP senators have telegraphed plans to question Jackson's defense of detainees at Guantanamo Bay as a private defense attorney. Her support of reduced sentences for convicted drug offenders and the backing of her nomination by outside progressive advocates, and a sign the hearings could get contentious. Republican Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri, a former Supreme Court clerk of Chief Justice John Roberts, a potential presidential hopeful and a member of the Judiciary Committee, suggested in a variety of tweets Thursday that Jackson has a long record of letting child porn offenders off the hook.
Ooh.
That's what they were talking about, that she's into child porn. I said, I don't know.
Okay.
They were saying that people who are into child porn, I guess she's been soft on them. He pointed to aspects of the record from law school, the U.S. Sentencing Commission and decisions from the bench that suggest she is soft on crime. So anyway, there's going to be this historic challenging of her position to be put on the board or nominated as to the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Of course, she has to go through that whole hearing process.
Right.
Both sides give their pros and cons. But again, it's been 233 years, and now we potentially have a
Black woman.
black woman.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what there's like. The Supreme Court is very interesting, right? And I don't think enough of us have. We don't have as a community, we're not in tune to what the significance of the Supreme Court is,
Okay.
or how important it is. It's the highest court in the land,
Yes.
and it makes the decisions that are legislated and ruled on affect the lives of everybody in the whole country, right? And when a person is nominated to become a Supreme Court judge, they're there for the rest of their life.
Okay.
So a president has to nominate this person, and the person is nominated. That's nominated once they become elected to serve. They're in that position literally for the rest of their life. So if they live to be 115 years old,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna be 115 years old
Right.
on the Supreme Court. Now that has always been like a challenge for me. Like I think when you give a person a lifetime appointment, it sets in a complacency. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know that you never will be challenged, that you have this position for the rest of your life.
Right.
What is your, where's your sense of purpose when it comes to if something goes wrong, or if I do the wrong thing, I could lose my job, or if I'm not consistent and with my integrity or with my character, someone else can be elected. I think when you put a person into a lifetime position,
Mm-hmm. You can't do the wrong thing.
What do you mean?
You shouldn't do the wrong thing, rather.
But I'm just saying, like, it's easier to do the wrong thing if you know you're not gonna get fired ever.
Yeah. Well.
If you know that you don't, so if you know that you never have to be challenged, you never have to be challenged in such an important position.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also think that the way the world changes,
Mm-hmm.
when you have one person with one set of ideas that makes the decisions for the world, that after a certain period of time, you need to refresh that process and don't keep that same mindset in place.
So meaning that she would be the only.
I'm not talking about her.
Okay.
I'm not talking about her. I'm
Okay.
just saying, period. Supreme Court justices
Okay.
are appointed for a lifetime.
Right.
And I'm talking about, the challenge for me, that's a challenge that so the person that I am today is not who I'm going to be tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
The person who I am tomorrow is not the person who I'm going to be 5 years from now. So the fact that you have, for a person who's in such an important position, we never have the opportunity for them to be removed. The only way they can be removed out of the seat is if they die.
That's right. Just like the other Supreme Court judge.
And she was so old.
She was very old. Yeah.
She died in the seat.
She did.
Just,
She did. She had to be replaced. She had no choice.
she died.
She did.
She stepped down and died.
She did. Yeah.
Like, I just feel like
Right.
you should be able to, if a person is that old and they on a deathbed,
Mm-hmm.
how was they in a position to make responsible decisions for a changing world? If you're 110 years old and you're making decisions on how on the life of people that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, the future leaders of the world,
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like leadership has to constantly be renewed. And I think that's one of the problems with the Supreme Court is that when a person get there, they put there for the rest of their life, and no one can ever challenge them for that seat. That's my only point.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that that this lady is being nominated. I just don't want them to just be nominating her because she's a black face, though. I mean, really, I would hope that she has the qualifications.
So she's not going up against anyone. She's
No,
just she
not.
don't have an opponent or anybody.
No, she's
Oh.
being appointed. You have to be
Oh.
appointed by a president and a president.
Mm-hmm.
But every president doesn't have the opportunity
Right.
to nominate a a Supreme Court justice.
Right.
Because they live. If the longer they live, that you can only appoint another person when one dies.
Right.
So this last lady died. What was her, Ginseng?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
She died, but she just happened to die during a Democratic president.
Mm-hmm.
So now a Democratic president has the ability to appoint
Mm-hmm.
another chief judge.
That's right.
So like the other thing about it is that they be waiting for the person to die so that they can put another person in. So they was like, a lot of people was mad that she died during a Democratic administration.
But why is that though?
Because a Democratic president is the one who appoints the next nominee. So if she would have died during a Republican administration,
I was going to ask whether the fact because it was a Democratic administration. Okay.
Yeah. So Republicans would have. They wish she would have died during a Republican administration.
Yeah.
Because then they would have been able to appoint the Supreme Court judge.
Oh, okay.
So when the person dies, is important based upon what administration is in power.
Yeah.
Because that party is going to be able to put the person in place, and they want to make sure that on the Supreme Court that you have a certain influence of people who think conservatively and people who think liberally. So a Democratic government is going to put a liberal justice in place, and a Republican administration is going to put a conservative justice in place.
Okay.
So a Republican administration is going to put a Supreme Court justice in place who is against abortion.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
A Democratic president is going to appoint a Supreme Court justice that's for abortion.
Yeah.
You know, it's differences like that that make. So when laws come up and rulers come up on abortion,
right?
You know, like there's a lot of legislation that's trying to be passed. When it goes to the Supreme Court, one side wants to have the influence as far as it leaning conservative or leaning liberal, based upon the legislation that's being pushed forward.
Right.
So the position is a critical position to the fabric of our nation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens.
So Ketanji is up next. Ketanji Jackson Brown.
Yeah.
Brown Jackson. What's her name? Let me be respectful. Yes, Miss Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Okay.
Is going to be our next Supreme Court judge, and most likely the next Supreme Court justice. And I would like to look up. I'm going to look up exactly where she comes from. But again, this is history. 200, and you know, she's actually the first Black woman.
Yes.
Nominated to the U.S. Supreme Court in 233 years.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
I think that's great. All right.
So then we'll have two Black people. We'll have a Black man and a Black woman. That's progress. You think?
I think so.
Yeah, but then you'll have a conservative Black man and you'll have a liberal Black woman, which I think that's important too. That you need to have balance.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 17 minutes after the hour of 2:00 p.m. All right. Kanye West. Did you hear about Kanye West?
Kanye.
Oh.
Come to the front of the altar. Talk to Kanye.
What is his nickname?
Kanye got a lot of nicknames. Ye.
Yeah.
Yeezus.
Ye.
Yeah, Ye. Yeezus.
All right. So he's been.
Yeezy. What's his other nickname?
Well, they're calling him Ye now.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's been pulled from the Grammys now due to his online behavior. You've been hearing about? Have you been hearing about that?
I have.
Okay. You've been hearing about his online behavior with Kim Kardashian.
I have.
And the online behavior with D.L. Hughley.
I have.
Okay. So he's been pulled from the Grammys.
Yeah, I just think.
And that's been scheduled to air on April.
That's crazy.
3rd.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so he will not be on the Grammys this year.
He did it to himself, though.
He did. Again, he's going through a similar situation. I know you said that you wanted to express briefly.
Yeah. Don't be briefly about to go on.
No, I'm just saying, I know you wanted to express briefly what you want to talk about.
No, the way you said briefly, like hurry up and say what you
No, I'm just saying because he's going through something briefly about not being able to see his child.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So he's upset about that.
Right.
All right. And
so I understand.
So
to a certain extent.
So he's upset about that, and then he publicly attacked D.L. Hughley, and then
well, he didn't publicly attack them. They publicly attacked him.
Oh,
he responded.
Okay, going back to the way we were talking about reacting.
Yeah,
that's what he did. He reacted to it.
But basically, though, they were making comments about the situation, and then he reacted to it.
He reacted to it, which caused him not to be able to be on the Grammys.
Well, it wasn't that he reacted to it; it's how he reacted.
It's how I reacted.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, so basically, I sympathize with Kanye over this issue. You know, because I understand what happens when your children are not with you.
Yes, he's going through a lot of emotional distress right now.
You actually go through like a phase of insanity, temporary. It can be temporary or it can be permanent, based upon what the circumstance is, right? And I think that Kanye being such a new father, like before I had children, I was like Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, all in one.
Mm.
You know, and with Superman, like having children become your kryptonite.
Okay.
It'll take Superman and it'll can destroy you.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
Your children not being with you, or your children not being in alignment with your values, or you not having access or control to your children, can be like kryptonite. It will kill any Superman, right? So when you see Kanye, this man is larger than life. He's one of the richest black men in America. He's a billionaire, but nothing can humble you like not having your children or not having control over what's happening in your child's life, and not being able to protect or defend your children, or someone not respecting your wishes as it pertains to your children. It turns you into a different kind of person than you originally were. And like I said, before I had children, I was, my life was totally different. But once I had children, I've been in court for the last 18 years fighting for my children because women play so many games with men. And don't get me wrong, I know that women go through things as well, but I'm talking specifically about the issue that men be challenged with. There are so many women who play these manipulative games with men's children to destroy them. They obstruct their ability to have access to their children. They create every type of situation so they can't be the father that they want to be or that they need to be. And it creates just a real psychological trauma for individuals. And again, I'm going through it right now. I have a situation where the mother of my children is unhappy because I decided not to be with her. I decided not to be with her because she was violent, because she was doing a lot of things that were negative, and I didn't want to be fighting with someone. So I wanted to separate. Some people, when you don't sit and you fight with them, when you choose to go in another direction opposed to, going through all of the negative things or experiences, just a negative environment, and you choose to leave that alone, they be so upset with you because you won't sit there and be miserable with them. So what they do is in that separation, they continue to live a miserable life, and they do every type of miserable thing possible to keep you miserable. And that thing that they do is they obstruct you from having your access to your child. Here I am going through that same thing right now with the mother of my child has left town. I got to go through all these different court things, got to go make all these different arrangements. There's just so many things that I got to do to be a father. As a father, you're a protector, you're a provider. When you're not able to do that, it puts you in a place where you are very weakened and you're very upset. So Kanye does not have the control that he's used to having over everything. And with Kim Kardashian being the primary caregiver for his child, he has to adhere to a lot of things that she's doing.
Yeah, he has to adhere to her having a new boyfriend.
All of that.
Yeah.
All of that. And he's not responding well to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, when someone has your child and you can't control that situation, it can make you emotional, it can make you reactionary.
That's right. Yeah.
And he's been reacting in a way that's been negative. So him and D.L. Hughley, first of all, D.L. Hughley shouldn't even really have, even though he's Kanye is a public figure, and he's a person in entertainment, you don't have to always have a comment about people, So D.L. Hughley was making comments about his situation.
Okay.
And then Kanye responded to D.L. Hughley like, hey, basically stay out my business or it's gonna be a problem.
Who is Trevor Noah? Who is Trevor?
Trevor Noah is he's a television personality as well.
What did he have to say?
I didn't hear what he said, but anyway, they've been all making comments on Kanye's public divorce and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kanye, this guy, so now Kim Kardashian is dating this guy from Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
So Kanye is mad at the dude, which I don't agree with that.
Okay.
Like he been attacking the dude all in the public because he dating Kim Kardashian.
Right.
And that's a sucker move. Like he can't be mad at that man because she chose him.
Absolutely.
So that is just, he totally bogus for that. But he just going crazy because this is his first time being separated from his children. And with all the money in the world that he have, he can't control what go on in the family courts.
Yeah.
And the family courts will be biased against you for any reason, in a lot of instances when you're a man. And now he's experiencing that. So it's causing him to react in a negative way.
And see, I think that's the main problem, the root of the problem. And I can't really speak on the man's behalf, but I think the root of the problem is because it's his children not being around him and allowing his children, not allowing, but the fact that his children is in the company of another man.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
and it's a man.
That's what's really bothering him, probably,
Well, yeah, it's probably that's probably like
that's amongst the, that's adding more fire to the
But that's probably the core of it. But then there's other things that he's been complaining about.
Yeah.
Like she not letting him, trying to stop him from attending his daughter's birthday party. He went public about that. She didn't give him the address, give him the time and location. He had to find out through somebody else.
Wow.
Those type of things really affect you.
Yeah.
What else was it? Oh, he got her daughter. This is Kim Kardashian. Now, you know how Kim Kardashian became famous, right? Kim Kardashian became famous through, she's a social media star.
Yes.
Reality TV star. But she became famous because she created a sex tape with Ray J.
Oh, yeah.
That's how she became famous.
Yeah.
So you're already dealing with a woman who has some vanities that you may not appreciate or qualities being passed down to you may not appreciate those same qualities being passed down to your daughter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now Kim Kardashian is putting his daughter on TikTok and you know how these are the Kardashians. Their whole life is about TV, about television, about exploiting different things. So now his daughter is a part of that world. And he wants to control his daughter from being exposed to a lot of that. So the influence of whatever the Kardashians is setting into his daughter, and he has to fight to try to balance that with his own values.
Yeah.
So of course it becomes a challenge with any father. And again, when you're up against those type of circumstances as a father, it can cause you to not maybe respond the right way. And again, I know because I've been going. The reason why I say I sympathize with them because I know thousands of men who are going through the same thing.
Right.
But Kanye could handle this situation better. I think that he's just totally making he's making himself too public. His information is too public. The whole world don't have to know what you're going through in the manner in which he's expressing himself.
Yeah,
the whole world don't have to see your public outbursts. You don't have to be arguing with people in the media about your personal business. And you really shouldn't be just communicating it like that. It's a responsible way to go about addressing this.
Because all of this
could be more in his favor.
Because all of this got him suspended. They put him on a 24-hour suspension on Instagram
and Twitter. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because he on Twitter going off on people.
Wow.
Talking about he gonna send people after him.
Wow. Oh my God.
Now he losing money.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
And nothing. And this is not even worth you losing your integrity and your character. All of this.
When you be thinking about your children, you would throw all that away.
Wow.
It's easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I'm going through it. It's so hard for me to maintain. Wow. I have an 11-year-old son. This woman been obstructing me from seeing my son for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? It's been almost 2 years since I've had any real communication with my son. And then the woman is running back and forth out of town. Now she just moved out of town with my son. So now I got to go to court, go through guardian ad litems, find my way, have private investigators, figure out where she's at. All of this because I want to be a father. All of this because I'm trying to make sure that my mother can see her grandson. all that so that I can make sure that my older children can have a relationship with their little brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be just pushing so hard along the lines of destruction because this puts people in a destructive place, you know, and you have to be a miserable person to obstruct the relationship that a child could have with a parent, whether it's a mother or a father.
Yeah.
If a father does it to a mother, he's a horrible, despicable human being. If a mother does anything to obstruct a child being with their father, she's a miserable, despicable human being. And we really need to create more laws that balance that out, because those circumstances destroy the fabric of our society. Because when you allow parents to abuse children and to abuse other parents like that, it breaks down the strength of a community. It breaks down the strength of your society, because you have this fighting back and forth between families that are being torn apart by either individual, and the court doesn't step in and properly navigate through that or help with that. And most times they victimize the men who are fighting for their children.
Wow. Okay.
But it's not just a man thing, because women go through it too. But but when you look at the primary people who are primarily affected by the child custody court or child custody battles, men are always the underdog in that situation.
Yeah.
So that's why I say I sympathize with Kanye, because as a father, I've experienced it in my own life, and there are thousands and thousands and thousands of other fathers. So I would just say, Kanye, calm it down. No, you know, you can't show bad character, because you, first of all, you a black man. Second of all, you an arrogant black man. You know, they've been trying to figure out every way that they could attack you, every way that they could destroy you, and they found it. As you said, Satan roams to and fro. He'll use anything he can
that's
to
his
try
job.
to destroy you and bring you down.
That's his job.
And where you was at this highest place and you was untouchable, now that your children are affected by you, they found your weakness.
Yeah.
They found the vantage point to be able to tear you down. So he just needs to be aware that they're coming through the children to try to get at him. And you see it happening now with the media attacking him, turning on him, with him being emotional, reacting the way he is. Now he's losing Grammys. He been banned on Twitter, all of that. They coming for you, man. And they done found their way to get you
through your children. Yeah, that's very true.
So that's sad, because I think you're going to continue to see a downfall of Kanye West, because they're going to continue to use those children to break him down.
That's right.
And they always looking for any way they can destroy a powerful black man.
Very true.
And no matter if you like Kanye or not, Kanye is one of the most powerful black men
definitely
that we have.
Yeah.
The most influential black men in the world. And they want to try to, as they say, they want to humiliate him. You know what I'm saying? They want to tone it down. They want to put him in his place, you know, because they feel like Kanye just be doing too much anyway, right? So now they want to say, hey, now we want to remind you that we really in control. We want to humble you.
Yeah.
They want to humble him. And this is the way, there's no other humbling like your children being away from you, or being under somebody's influence, and they teaching your child something that you don't want them to be taught, or you know you can't call your child or have access to your child, or another man is around your child. That will make you lose your mind.
They'll bring him right to his knees.
So, I'm praying for that brother.
Yeah,
like, I ain't gonna say nothing bad about Kanye. I'm gonna just say I understand.
Yeah. And you know where he at. You know how he feel.
I would like to actually have a conversation with him.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Because he could really use this situation to help a lot of his situation that he's going through. He can use it to help a lot of people.
Yeah, you can empathize with him.
You can change the world if you turn your anger and your frustration and your hate into something positive and productive. And there's an opportunity for him to do that if he goes about it the right way. But if he keep on just being reactionary
and taking matters in his own hands, it's not gonna help.
He got to take matters in his own hands.
If you go about doing it the wrong way, it's not going to help. Right. It's gonna hurt even more.
Yeah. So I'm praying for Kanye.
Yeah.
I know that they didn't figure out how to come for you. This is it. Now you seeing them attack him.
Definitely.
If I was him, I would just shut it down.
Yep. For sure. All right, what you got, Dennis?
That's it for me right now.
That's all you got?
Yeah, what you working on over there?
Okay. All right. So, did you hear about that journalist in Norfolk, Virginia?
No, I did not.
A Virginia newspaper reporter was one of the 2 people killed during a shooting early Saturday outside a restaurant and a bar. Sierra Jenkins, 25, who covered education for the Virginian Pilot of Norfolk, died at Sinatra, Norfolk General Hospital after the shooting outside Chico's Pizza backstage. Norfolk police detectives were investigating the shooting, which also resulted in injuries to 3 others. Jenkins was caught in the crossfire as she was leaving the bar. No arrest has been announced as of Saturday afternoon. Jenkins grew up in the Norfolk and graduated from Georgia State University. She worked as an intern at Atlanta Magazine and CNN before joining the Pilot in December of 2020. So sorry to hear about that. She was a journalist, and she was shot and killed in Virginia on this past Saturday.
I mean, was it intentional?
No, she was in the crossfire. She was caught in the crossfire. It was a shooting, in Virginia.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so over in Pewaukee, right? Did you hear about the train that jumped off the tracks?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
It's crazy. It says residents of Pewaukee were stirred by a train derailing in the early morning. As the light kind of started getting brighter out here, we were able to see exactly what happened. At 6:37 a.m., Waukesha County Sheriff's Office and the City of Pewaukee Fire Department responded to a report in the area of Somerset, City of Pewaukee. It was early in the morning. I woke up to a screeching metal sound, thought it was a snowplow. And it ended up being a Canadian Pacific cargo train was traveling eastbound through the city of Milwaukee. The train was slowing to a stop when a boxcar derailed from the train tracks, causing one tanker car and several other boxcars to derail. That's when people like how you heard it all happen in their backyard. We didn't realize it, right? Because we just heard emergency brakes going. We thought, oh, maybe a deer in the tracks, but it was really loud. I sat up in bed, looked out the window, saw some cars going down, and then just a loud crash of metal. The tanker car and 6 boxcars were empty, except for one boxcar, which was hauling lumber. Ain't that a blessing? Because if it's a tanker, that means it's covering it's carrying some type of fuel or oil or some type of toxic, waste or something.
Yes.
So the fact that those cars were empty, was a blessing.
Oh my God.
So it says the tanker car and 6 boxcars were empty, except for one boxcar which was hauling lumber. And they said no injuries have been reported. No private property was discovered to have been damaged, and no hazardous material or environmental concerns have been noted. And so that's, thank God that there was nothing in those tanker cars, and the fact that the only thing that was really spilled was some lumber.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what's going on. And then going into sports for a minute, right?
Yes.
So Wisconsin, so we had March Madness started. What was that? Saturday?
Yes.
Friday?
Friday. Yeah, Friday.
So downtown was like off the rails.
Yes, it was.
And they had the Omar Epps comedy show. Yeah, it was a comedy show on Saturday. I mean, on Friday as well.
Okay.
Is that Friday? Yeah, Friday. So Fridays. So they had the comedy show as well as March Madness. So the city was like crazy. And the game was at Pfizer Forum. Wisconsin won their first game.
Right.
So that was cool. And then so Milwaukee is like on fire right now as far as downtown activity ramping up. Bucks, March Madness, comedy shows. This is all the post COVID stuff. So people can't wait to get out. But they were talking about how much money is going to be coming through the city with us hosting the March Madness tournament at Pfizer. I think it was like $6.5 or $7 million or something like that they expected in the weekend, just from everybody that was coming in. So the city is definitely getting an economic boost with this post-COVID mandates being the restrictions being lifted, and then all the events that are taking place.
Mm-hmm.
Also, where your point where you just went past.
Yes,
there,
I was just trying.
Packers.
Right, I was just trying to pull up that story, but
I hate to be the bearer of bad news when we talk about our Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Just talk a little bit about sports.
Yes, someone was being traded.
Yeah.
Aaron.
It's so sad.
Okay.
It's so sad.
You look sad, right?
I'm so sad. Like, just look at my face. Don't even say nothing. Just look at my face.
I don't want to look at your face. I don't want to say anything, but go ahead.
Okay, just look at my face.
Should I eat the skin? Should I take it?
Eat a pork skin.
Eat it.
Inside.
I don't feel like being on fire.
Eat a pork skin inside.
No, okay. I can't eat this inside. Okay, so why are you sad?
Why am I so sad?
Devontae Adams.
Oh no.
So why is he? So he's being traded?
Yeah.
Okay, he's headed to Las Vegas.
Number one wide receiver.
Okay,
in the nation. We lost the number one wide receiver in the nation.
Okay.
I'm so sad.
I'm so sorry.
The boy is the number one. You gotta understand. This is for a person. People are going through a lot of significant things.
Yeah.
And football is not one of them.
Okay, you know right. I'm sure.
So so I don't want to offend anybody who has real problems.
This should be the least of their problems.
But for those of us who are like diehard
football fans,
who are diehard Packer fans, love our teams, love our sports. Mm-hmm. This is the worst news.
This can't be the worst news.
I'm talking about from a football perspective.
Okay.
Like, this is not good. We just lost the number one receiver.
Oh wow.
And Devontae Adams just is the bomb. So he's going over to Vegas now with Derek Carr. And they gave him $141 million for 5 years, which I understand. If you have the opportunity to go to Las Vegas,
I think that's a great opportunity.
Or live in Green Bay, Green Bay
versus Las Vegas,
Green Bay, Las Vegas.
That's not a good.
$140 million, Green Bay, Las Vegas,
cold, 40 degrees
hot
below.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Superstars, celebrities, Las Vegas. Cows and cheese and white people.
Dennis, stop. There's nothing.
I'm just saying, like, I understand the move. You know what I'm saying? I do understand the move, but it hurts. It hurts.
Well, it don't hurt him.
It really hurts.
It hurts y'all.
I'm happy for him because he's doing what he wants to do in his career.
Yeah.
He gave us a lot of great seasons. And really, we should have already won the Super Bowl with him. Like, we did squander.
Okay.
But I do predict that he's not going to be as successful as he was in Green Bay.
Okay.
Because you don't have Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
You got a different caliber of a quarterback. And I think that the high level of performance that Aaron Rodgers, is able to display is what has helped him become the number one wide receiver in the NFL and the highest paid receiver. But it was because of that dynamic, and I really wish he would have stayed. But I predict that when he gets over to the other team, that he's not going to do as well. And
just wish him well.
I wish him well, but I'm just saying, like, not that I'm hoping for him to do bad. I just don't see the quarterback that he has is not Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
So,
we'll
see. We may be able to, it's just going to be good to see what we do to rebuild from here. But Jesus, man, it's really sad. It's really sad.
He put a hole in all y'all hearts.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah.
So, but we still got Aaron Rodgers. So, they gave him $200 million.
Yeah, well, he ain't going nowhere right now.
And it says here that we sit here like, talking about.
Yeah, because that was the fear that you all had after the last.
Because remember, I said he wasn't coming back.
Absolutely.
I just totally thought that
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers was not coming back.
And I remember that, but he ended up staying. So
For 200.
For 200, yeah. So they ended up giving him more money, right? They gave him more money.
You said what?
Then they gave him more money. They gave him more money, right?
Yeah, they gave him more money.
They gave him more money, right?
But then, like, so you think 200 million is a lot of money for 4 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just gave Deshaun Watson like $230-something million for 5 years for the Cleveland Browns. Is it Cleveland? Yeah, for Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
Yeah, so all of these numbers, 100 million, 200 million, 150 million, all of this, these are just like everyday numbers in the life of athletes, entertainers, and sports entertainment executives.
Right, okay.
For the most part.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Okay.
I ain't getting none of that money, but I'm still sad. I'm still sad.
All right.
Let me drink to that. Hold on. Let me drink to that. Okay, I'm back. I'm better. Drink my wine. Eat a pork skin, girl.
I'm gonna throw this.
You got a bag of beans.
I'm gonna throw this bag of beans right on them nappy dreads of yours.
Oh man.
All right, y'all.
So that's my sports talk. Sorry.
So sports talk. So this is all the talk we have for the day.
Is it over with?
47 minutes after the hour of 2:00 p.m.
Is it over?
That's all we have for the day. Yeah, that's all we have for the day.
Oh no, we gotta talk about something else real quick.
Oh, so lastly, Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes said that he has tested positive for COVID-19, but is not experiencing any symptoms.
Dude.
Okay? He's not experiencing any symptoms. So let me tell y'all.
They still trying to hold on to the COVID thing.
COVID is still out here. I'm going to be honest. COVID is still out here. It still exists. Spring break has just begun. Do you know that our children are on spring break now?
Yeah, my child.
Is your daughter and son are they on spring break?
All of my children are on spring.
Okay.
But my two oldest children, they're on spring break this week, and then my youngest son, who I'm going to pick up, y'all pray for me. Next weekend,
he's on spring break.
The first week of April.
Yeah. So our children are on spring break. We have colleges that are on spring break. They're on the beaches. They're in Florida. They're in Myrtle Beach. Mark my words. COVID is still out there.
Okay.
Y'all not wearing y'all masks?
I wasn't wearing one anyway, personally. I just wasn't going nowhere either.
Oh, no. COVID is still out there. I'm just going to tell you.
I don't think it's gone.
Okay.
But I would take your word. You know, it's like, I don't know. When I hear him say, just like Barack Obama came out of the blue talking about something, I caught COVID and I'm double boosted and I'm double vaccinated. Now all of a sudden, like Mandela, I got COVID, but I don't have any symptoms.
COVID is still out there, y'all.
Man, I don't know. I hope COVID go and stay gone and never show up again.
The Milwaukee Health Department on Friday just reported improving trends. It has improved here in Milwaukee. And it says here the improving trend to the COVID-19 case burden and positivity rate for a 10th straight week. According to the health department, the city saw 27.8 new COVID-19 cases per 100,000 people over the past week. The disease burden dropped from the previous week's 29.7, the gating metric held as moderate transmission. Percent positivity dipped to 1.9% compared to 2% the previous week. The gating metric remained in the low transmission designation. The health department said 63.7% of the city's residents ages 16 and older are fully vaccinated, Additionally, 46.3% of fully vaccinated people have received a booster dose.
Right. Okay.
All right. So,
I read something. I think it said like 200 and something million people have received the shot.
yeah,
Yeah. That's a lot.
COVID is still out there.
239 million people or something like that have got the vaccination. Man,
COVID is still out there.
I'm glad I didn't get vaccinated personally. But yeah. So yeah, to your point, Soraya, we get it. COVID is still out there. Be careful, everybody. Be careful. The lieutenant governor has COVID. People are still catching COVID.
You don't have to say it like
I'm just saying, like, okay, all right, COVID's still out there. Look,
I'm
check
just
this out.
saying.
You
Well,
remember the dude who got shot by the police in the park in Wauwatosa?
Mensa,
Yeah.
yeah.
You heard about that?
Yeah, now, is he going back to court? What's
So
wrong
it
with that
says
story?
a decision in weeks on whether to charge former Wauwatosa officer. So I'm bringing this up because they ready to create this whole big, a frenzy about this situation. And that's what I hate about these police shoes and stuff, because it takes so long, and then you got to relive this stuff over and over again. So this has been going on for like 5 years, like at least like 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
It's been going on a while now. Yeah.
Yeah, and now they bringing it back up again.
Yeah.
And so everybody all the activists gonna be out there. Everybody gonna be just
Protesting and everything.
all
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
When it's just like, man. So they said a prosecutor is weighing whether to file charges against a former police officer who killed a man in a suburban Milwaukee park. That's what I said 5 years ago. Says that a decision should be reached within 4 to 6 weeks. Special prosecutors are deciding whether to charge former Wauwatosa officer Joseph Mensa, who shot and killed Jay Anderson Jr. after discovering him sleeping in a park after hours, June 16th. Mensa said Anderson was reaching for a gun. Special prosecutor Sky Hansen said in a court hearing Friday that a decision should be made public within 6 weeks. If no charges are filed, hearing says they will release a report explaining why. But it's like the man is in the park asleep.
Yes.
And then you just shoot him. And then you say he was reaching for a gun, but you say that because he had a gun in the car.
But he was asleep.
But why would you be asleep in the car, and then when you wake up, you see the police, then you reach for your gun? That don't even make sense.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It don't even make sense. No black person is that stupid.
Yeah, right. So are they saying that the guy was at fault?
Yeah, they saying that he was asleep in the park after hours. The police pulled up on him. And then they said that he woke up and reached for his gun, and then he killed him. He killed him. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of sense do that make? If I'm in the park asleep, and then I just wake up like, oh, the police.
And you reach for your gun.
Why am I reach for my gun?
Right. To a police.
Yeah. If anything, I'll be like, officer, oh, I'm sorry, I was just asleep.
Yeah, right.
I was just getting some rest.
Right.
I just had to get out the house for a minute. This was the safest place for me. I'm not going to reach for no gun when I see no police.
They're going to try to prolong that case. That's what they're going to
try to do. It's already 5 years.
Right.
What's going to happen is that they're going to find this man. They're going to mess around and find this man. They're not going to charge this man. And I'm not going to say what's going to happen. I'm not going to say. But we're going to be monitoring this, continue to monitor this situation.
Absolutely.
So I'm not going to make any predictions on anything.
Yes, Tawana, it is still out there. CBFF. Yes, it is.
What's still out there?
COVID.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Hey, I think so. You know what? I think that COVID right now.
Yeah.
I think we've achieved herd immunity. You know what that means?
What does it mean?
Herd immunity is when a new virus enters into the community.
Okay.
Enough people become infected by it to where it lessens the power of the virus.
Okay.
And I think that COVID has been around long enough to where people are becoming naturally immune to it because it's been introduced to their systems now.
Okay.
And enough people have had it to where they're building up a resistance.
Okay.
Herd immunity means that the majority of the population builds up a resistance to a new virus after it's been after it's affected so many people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that you're seeing a lot of that as well,
Mm-hmm.
which was automatically going to be what was naturally going to happen
Anyway. Mm-hmm.
We just never even acknowledged the fact that herd immunity was real.
Okay.
We just kept saying, get the shot, get the shot, get the shot.
Okay.
And then everybody who get the shot still get COVID.
Then we're gonna be herd immunity quarantining again.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I know they said in China did you see how they was locking the people down in China?
No, I didn't see that.
Ooh, they said they having like some bad COVID outbreaks.
Mm-hmm.
And they had like 50 million people locked down.
Ooh.
They were going crazy and they forcing people to get shots and stuff.
Oh, now they're talking about a 4th vaccination. Did you hear about that?
4th my foot.
Whoo, God, thank you. Ooh.
4th my foot.
Ooh.
I ain't get one vaccination, so.
That's right, Tawana. She said, "Stop asking my CBFF. They should know what." And I knew what it meant. I just wanted him to explain it.
What was it?
She said, "Stop asking me. What does it mean?"
You
Just
didn't know.
give. I did know what it meant. I just want you to tell the world what it meant.
Okay.
Thank you, Tawana. We love you.
We definitely love you, Tawana.
Yes. Thank you for listening and being a listener. All right. All right, y'all. So that's it for the day. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Soul of the City Gospel Radio Show. We thank you all so very much.
Yes, we do.
I want you to join us on next Monday, if God say the same. But join me on tomorrow. I'll be back here for the Gospel Mania.
Well, we go crazy. We going crazy.
I didn't mean
Gospel Mania. We
I
going
didn't-
crazy.
I didn't mean for this to do that insert. I didn't mean him to do that insert.
We going crazy.
You know-
Gospel Mania.
I looked dead smack at him to see if he was gonna do that insert, but I didn't think
Yeah.
he was gonna do the insert.
Yeah.
But yes, he was gonna do that insert for the show. But
We going crazy. We going crazy.
I'll be-
Gospel Mania.
I'll
Tune
be
in.
back tomorrow, Lord's will, for the Gospel Mania radio show. I won't be on live, but you can listen if you download the app. All right, HD Radio Online. Download the app HD Radio Online on your mobile device. You can hear from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. HD Radio Online on your mobile device. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
So right. So are you gonna go live before the show to let people know that you're going on and then go off and then do the show?
You don't have to give me instructions.
Oh no, I was just asking.
You don't have to do that.
Because I think you should do that.
Don't worry about what I do. It's my
We're
show.
going crazy. Tune in to the Gospel Mania radio show tomorrow at what time, Sister Soraya? What time?
8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
8 a.m. to 10 a.m. We go crazy for the gospel. Congratulations on your new show, Soraya. I'm proud of you.
For the gospel of Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm so embarrassed. Also, visit our website at hdmediagrp.com. Don't forget, we also have our graphic design and printing site as well. We do everything from business cards to websites. So please, you can visit our website at hdmediagrp.com. Looking to advertise with us, you can email us at hdradio21@gmail.com, where you can phone us at 414-435-1125. 414-435-1125. This would do it for us. All right?
Check it out.
Check it out. Y'all be blessed and be safe. God bless.